Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
It's doctor. It's called accuracy. It's called precision. It's who I am. I've been addressed as doctor for 30
Is
years.
Sophia freaking out?
I make judges. I make lawyers. I make police. I make everyone.
Poor Did you say it like that?
Yeah.
Did she babyface at all?
No, she went babyface.
She was grandstanding?
Yeah, at the end, she was always like, well, we can agree to disagree. I'm like, no, we didn't agree.
So how did it end? Did she squeal off in the driveway like I did? I wish that she would have gotten right to the edge of the hedges and stuck her head out and go, "See you later, Mr. Diaco."
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Welcome to the Bubba the Love Sponge show. The day after Super Tuesday. What were there? 12 states that had their primaries yesterday, something like that.
Was it 16?
Was it 16? Was it
12 or 16?
Yeah, I think Nikki Haley won Vermont.
Vermont, yeah.
Yeah.
Big state.
Big state. Yeah. I was looking at our Twitter. By the way, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge show, Wednesday, March 6th, 2024. Seth, Macho Man's been up there all morning, plugging stuff in and doing. I think he's making your world even a little bit bigger, like a little bit more, important or something.
Yeah, and he's an artist, and he sees, every single day things he can add, things he can tweak, things that annoy him that I don't think the normal person would even know what was, paying attention to. So no, he's on top of it. I appreciate it.
Or knowing how much of a F boy you are.
Does it smell clean? Because he made sure to wipe it down.
Yeah, he wiped
no
it
dust
all
particles.
down. No pollen.
Are you guys?
No.
Red actually got into our LinkedIn last night and we're looking for a pollen remover.
We got it, Lummy in the host. Remember?
A parking lot pollen remover.
You didn't tell Lummy about his new job every day, did you?
No. Instead, I was going to have you do it.
Okay.
I was going to put a nozzle on the end of that, and all you literally have to do
Nose up
is, maybe today we could do it. Is your car parked in the hose area? Or
No, I'm parked in the less Pawnee area, kind of by the basketball hoop.
You're in the Pine Needle area.
Pine Needle area,
right.
Yes. Thank you.
Who's parked in? Let me which would be right across the street from the hose. Like who's parked there?
Rhett and Anna.
Rhett and Anna. Okay. Well, maybe we could get. Anna. Well, Anna, would you be willing to swap?
She likes that parking spot, Bubba.
I know she does. But
I'm open to negotiations.
Yeah.
In exchange for what?
You don't suffer from allergies.
Question.
Well, hold on.
No.
Here's. Let's just
Not
get
a weak
some.
bitch.
Let's get something
Just
straight.
stick your head in the pollen bucket.
Let's get something straight. It's my parking lot, and at the end of the day, nobody really owns any spots. You may have been over the years denoted like I like parking here, but at the end of the day, it's my parking lot. And if I tell you to park somewhere, then you probably,
Well, that's really pulling out your beanbag, Bubba, and putting it on our head. I mean, it's your parking lot. I mean, you're just trying to come to work every day.
I know.
All right, what spot am I getting demoted to?
I
Do
would
you
like
across the street.
I think.
I don't even get his park in the
Give us a
gate.
clicker immediately.
No.
You can park.
I like parking
You can park in the Clem Gym and walk over. And
It's only a half mile.
It's a half mile exactly. So where does Seth? Where are you? Are you in this very first spot?
No. I'm over
Third spot.
I'm over by
He's where Gooch was parked yesterday.
Yeah.
He's over there.
Yeah.
Man, he really is a weirdo, is he not? I mean, is there any? I'm gonna, next break, rather than for you guys to, give me, I'll just go out and look.
A little parking lot assessment.
I'll look and I can, size up what I possibly need to do. But Seth, if anybody's going to remove the pollen from your vehicle, we're going to this is part of manning you up.
Well, I know. It just sometimes there's a lot of kickback on the particles. So
No, not if you blow it. Not if you blow it away from you.
Okay.
There's no kickback on the particles.
All right.
Okay.
But I think Lummy suffers from this too. I think that he might want to get a parking spot.
I'll go out there.
I got that first spot. I got an N95 mask set.
Well,
Oh
here's
my
the thing.
God.
Lummi,
I don't have allergies.
No,
I'll
Lummi,
do it.
do you think the leaf blower would just be too much for Seth? That would be just too much.
What are you, too much horsepower for me to handle?
Are we talking about a backpack?
No, the one
blower?
that I got, that portable little one.
Yeah, no, that should be perfect for
But
him.
him getting it started, you got to choke it, and you got to press that little button 3 or 4 or 5 times to get it into the carburetor.
Yeah.
And if it's low on fuel, you have to do the mixture.
I'll take the backpack one then.
No, we don't have.
That's what I see the guys wearing that are doing the landscaping.
You couldn't handle one of those.
There's no way.
my God.
No, you really couldn't.
This is sick, man.
Seriously,
This is sick.
You couldn't handle a backpack.
He's like 4
one.
times their size, though.
No, but it's
I can do it.
It's no.
I'm built like a little Mexican man. What? I am.
I mean, they don't realize how hard those backpack things are to start.
Yes.
And then 2, to lug it up on your back. Most guys just sling it over one shoulder.
Yep.
But
Bubba, it's not like something.
we have a handheld one, is what I'm trying to say.
Use the handheld one.
But
Seth.
here's the thing, Seth.
I want both.
You will get more in the air particles if you blow off the pollen with the leaf blower rather than using water, because water keeps the dust and the particles down and shoots it off your car. Whereas if you blow it off your car, there's a certain portion of that pollen that's going up in the air because it's such a big wind. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Whereas, would you not agree? Water would lessen the dust of the pollen.
Correct.
And just take and shoot it onto the next. Here's the thing. You have to understand, Seth.
I need a support group, man. I feel all alone.
We all drive,
rugged cars.
No, we all compared to what Macho Man drives, we all drive junk. Like, I probably had the second nicest vehicle in a 2019 F-150 crew cab, but
I don't know. Have you seen Gus?
Well,
He's looking pretty good.
let me go through the retail values. Lummy's retail value of his truck might be $20,000. Might be, maybe 25.
By the way,
Thank you.
if you thought,
V6?
What is it, an 06?
No, 6. It's 15.
I said a V6, but it's a V8, isn't it?
V8, yeah.
It's a V8, 2015, $20,000.
Fancy.
Gus is probably don't get insulted, but Gus is probably worth
3.
$4,000, maybe $3,500.
Well, he's worth $1 million to me in my heart.
I know, but we're just talking cold
Hard
hard
numbers,
facts.
yeah,
Yes.
that's about right.
Now, meanwhile, Macho Man's car, I think new might have been 100.
150, I think.
No
like
way.
Like 120,
Shut
like
No,
125.
hold on. Yeah, new. If you look up a GT 500, Macho Man? What year is that? Is that a 21?
He's on the stage.
Oh,
What is it?
20?
2020.
2020,
Yeah,
great year.
Yeah. Oh, Mach, did you fix my Alexa bitch yet?
My Alexa bitch.
You know she's messed up, don't you? Since you're in here, listen, watch. Good morning, Alexa. Nothing. Good morning, Alexa.
I thought we established she just doesn't like you.
No, she's not hooked up right, but Mach doesn't have to do that. Oh no, there he is.
Oh, here he comes.
He's like the Candyman. Mention him 3 times and he's there.
Well, Bubba, you did want him to. You said while he's in here, can he come fix this? You did want him to.
I'm so sorry.
So he was
Bubba's short-term memory is shot
sorry.
after the concussion.
Yeah, after the water truck concussion.
Yeah, your short-term memory is trash.
It is. It is.
I will be using it against you.
That was the final.
You just said you were going to give me a raise.
I was hanging on to a fiber of memory and coordination and not being mentally behind, if you will. I was just hanging on as I'm starting to gracefully get older. But after rolling in full white triz, and this would drive Seth crazy, in full white top rop Aesop hop fashion.
Yep.
I rolled my not a lot of radio guys. It always starts out that way.
Yeah.
Not a lot of radio
You're
guys.
the only one, Bubba.
Listen, and I very well may be the only radio personality that does own a dirt track that has a water truck. I mean, you're really paring that right on down, Seth. There's probably not a lot of radio personalities, major radio personalities that own a dirt
You're
track.
a unique mix.
Yeah, they are.
There might be a good reason for all that, Bubba. There might be a reason
you're
you're
right.
the only one.
With
Maybe-
a sex tape
If
and a
I-
prolific career.
Maybe the money I spent on that track, had I put into some, Bitcoin, I wouldn't even have to be begging for money today. By the way, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App at the Bubba Army, and they're all working. So thank you very much. So Seth, I'm thinking that we maybe today, since you don't have an after show to do, is that we do a little bit of
Dry run?
Well, we maybe have Anna move her car. Now, Anna, is there, again, I'm going to have to go over and look at, after this next break, I'll go out and look, and I'll have a better idea. But I'm figuring we maybe move some cars around, put you in that spot.
Which spot? Precisely?
We'll have to, the one that's right across from the hose.
I think Anna's going to be fine where her car is.
Yeah, I think Anna is
Yeah.
too. I think Anna's fine.
There might actually be a space right between where the hose is, because
Okay.
it goes
Where
me,
is the hose?
blank space, Anna, Rhett, and then nothing until Macho's car.
Right. Now, Macho, this just gives you every more reason to park your car down by the gate, which one has less pollen
That's
down there.
premium parking.
And it, you won't get door dinged or anything like that. And it keeps it. That's the only place that's shaded while we're here, because the building creates this shade, and your car won't be getting beat with sun. So yeah, it was. I think his car's $150,000 new, and probably, I don't know, 80 to 85,000 right now, maybe
Yeah,
maybe 90.
It's ranging between 75 to 95.
There you go. I think I'm pretty
Yes.
accurate.
Can we get him to
So call it 90. And I don't know what's your Ford What?
Sorry, I was talking to Macho Man. Seth is in demo mode. We've been trying to get his camera to work all morning, and now
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Now what, buddy?
no, his camera
you
was
see
in
the
demo
screen?
mode. Macho's coming to turn it off. We were just laughing about it.
Alexa, good morning. Pitch is nowhere to be found. Let me do this one. Hold on.
Journalist Walter
Oh,
Cronkite
okay,
signed
there we
out
go.
on
We
the
got it, we got it.
CBS Evening News for
Pitch
the
has been
final
talking the whole time.
All right.
And that's the way it was.
What?
March 6th, 1981.
Shut up.
Oh, this day in history?
Yeah, Walter
Oh, those are great.
Walter Cronkite. Maybe maybe we should. I mean, since we're this big fancy, a highly acclaimed, radio program, maybe we should just full zookeeper effect, open up our show every day with "Good morning, Alexa. What happened in today's history?"
What celebrities have birthdays today?
Hey, Tookie, good morning to you. Oh, Alexa, she didn't even answer me. Hey, good morning, Alexa.
Oh, damn.
She wants no part.
Good morning, Alexa. What famous things happened today? Bitch was just talking to me. I got told us. Good morning, Alexa. I didn't move any buttons or anything. Hi, Alexa. Alexa, good morning.
Kick her off the show.
Yeah, you're getting ready to get.
Good morning.
Oh.
Colombian author Gabriel Garcia Marquez, also known
She's
as
a little
Gabo,
slow. I
was
think
born
she's
on
been.
this day in 1927.
Alexa,
She was in the water
be
truck
quiet.
with you.
I think she might have been in the water truck with me and got a mild concussion.
Yeah, you been hitting her?
This could be onset dementia.
No, but I did one time take an Alexa or whatever the hell,
You smashed it.
a fire cube or whatever,
you threw it.
and rifled it right across the
I was here for that.
Yeah,
That was
Dan-
awesome.
Dan
I was
bought you
that,
one.
that was $300 right there.
It's Shaquille O'Neal's birthday today.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's her birthday today.
52?
53.
Is he 53?
52.
Oh,
All right, so
yeah.
Seth, listen. There's only one rule, and the Seth potentially will use the water hose to blow off the pollen on his car so he doesn't have the sniffles on the way home like the snowflake and F boy that he is.
That hurts.
Sorry. But I'm saying, there's no other employees that have come to me that are demanding that we do something with our pollen. I can't help. Listen, you know what? I can't build a pollen bubble around my
We
building.
can sure as hell try because you know what, Bubba? Nobody does anything about it. And that's the biggest terrorist out there. That's the number one problem in this country, more so than illegals coming over and the economy, is pollen in our faces and how it ruins our day.
The Z Morning Zoo on Z100.
Man, very rarely there's the guy with the best radio chops around here get a Tookie.
Wow.
No one is immune.
Yeah, no, man, Seth getting a Tukey shows you that, man, I'm not, I don't play favorites on Tukeys.
Well,
Seth,
that's
shut
fine.
up.
It's still how I feel.
So anyway, listen.
Give a damn about the other stuff.
Listen to me. If we can just move your car, if the hose is long enough, what we can do on heavy pollen days. Now, do you know days that are heavy pollen days?
Yes.
Just based on when you walk outside.
No, they have a pollen count.
I know. Do you have like a pollen update on your phone where it goes whoop, whoop, pollen count high? Like, do you got one of those gimmicks?
Yeah, it's called it's called my nose and my eyes when I walk outside and I can't breathe and I start choking.
Okay.
That's my pollen alert on my phone.
That's
Whoop, whoop, you're about to die. Whoop, whoop, get inside.
I've never known anybody to die from being overly exposed to pollen.
Because they don't talk about it, Bubba. They don't like to talk about those things.
Hey, Alexa, has there been anybody that's ever died from pollen?
Overdose.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Exactly, because it never happened.
At least she answered you.
All right, so you're right. So anyway, I've had my own staff. I've had since 1996. I've been doing a morning show or a show with a bunch of people, and and since 1996, I've had like employees that worked for me and things like that. I've had my own building, my own facility since 2005, and I've never had an employee with this type of conundrum walk up to me and want to, have a sign.
With allergies?
Can somebody blow off the pollen in my car before I go out there? I've never had, and I've worked with some people that are far more prima donna-ish than you, but I've never had, can you de-pollen my vehicle before I go out there?
Bubba?
What?
Let me bing. There was one person that died from pollen.
Thank you, Lummy.
Joe Dale, a 16-year-old boy, had a severe asthma attack after visiting a park with a lot of pollen.
Was he 85 pounds?
It doesn't matter how big he was.
Was he like a healthy kid prior, and then all of a sudden you walk
Probably
through
not.
A bubble boy?
Yeah, he probably was Johnny Bubble Boy. And the medical officials told his parents, don't let him go outside at all. And then they let him stroll to the park for the day, and he takes a lick.
But he took his 3 inhalers. Looks like he passed out and went to a coma and died.
Dude,
That's 3 inhalers.
Hold on.
Morning.
Hold on. The three inhalers killed him, not the pollen.
He kept
Guy overdosed on inhalers.
Inhalers
That's
for
one
the
way to
morning?
go. That's one way to go. Hey, did you hear about Jim? Did you hear how he died? Yeah, he blew his head off with a shotgun. Hey, did you hear about Mark? Did you hear how he died? Yeah, he put like the tube of the exhaust from the car with the garage door down and died of carbon monoxide. Hey, did you hear about the other dude who died? Yeah, he took like some cocaine, but there was fentanyl in it. But did you hear about how the other died? Yeah, he died because he bought his 3 inhalers to the park and he inhaled himself to death. What a snowflake and F boy.
It was a kid.
Now, do you have an inhaler?
No, I mean,
Yeah, come
That's
on.
a yes. That's a yes.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't.
Hold on. Let me rephrase it another way. When you worked at Cox and had really good insurance, did you have an inhaler?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Great question.
The thing about the Cox building is it's surrounded by palm trees, which, are the official trees of Florida. I'm not really sure if that's true, but there's no pollen from palm trees. So the places I parked before, I haven't had these issues, Bubba.
I really do wish. I don't know how much cover, Lummy, all that, those trees, that easement, to the left. Where our parking lot butts up to, which is owned by the city of Florida, the city of Tampa.
Yes.
And nobody owns. Between us and the AAA building, it's kind of this sparsely wooded easement, and the city of Tampa owns it, and I don't think they're ever going to do anything with it. As far as what it's for, in case they would want to build a road that went over to what's that next road, O'Brien over there, Lummy?
O'Brien, yes.
Yeah, if they wanted
that's
to
the
build,
street.
they wanted to build a road there, but they're never going to do that.
Isn't this for planes to drop their illegal chemicals all over the place too?
Oh, you're saying right on the glide slope that they go ahead and dump the pee and everything?
Yeah. That's
right.
why they want to keep it here, keep that area open.
Yeah, right. So the trees can absorb the pee and everything the planes drop.
Look, I mean,
the planes aren't even on that side. The planes are over to the other side.
I'm just telling you, the planes are up to no good.
Like, Lummy,
what
what I'm saying is I don't think we could hire tree cutters to go in and cut those down because we don't own that land.
Well, there's one oak tree that produces the pollen, and I guarantee that it's protected.
Yeah, but isn't there a certain? I need to probably not say this on the air.
Probably not. I know what you're gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna take down a protected tree?
No, we're not doing nothing.
We're gonna water it and feed it.
We're just gonna.
take care of
I
it.
think we have the ability.
You're gonna poison that tree.
Let me. I think we
Don't
have.
say that.
I think we have the ability to trim whatever branches of that oak tree is on our property.
Correct.
Right, but that doesn't really do crap because it just. And is that oak tree the one that produces all the leaves we have around here?
Yes.
Those little, half an inch by 2 inch little dried up brown leaves that are everywhere.
Yep.
That's
the one.
Okay, let's have a little bit of a.
Have I brought something to your attention, Bubba?
Let's have a little bit of a meeting after the show, okay?
Sounds good.
Right.
Tired of those leaves, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, good.
I'm really tired of those leaves around here. They're everywhere.
I know, it's a problem.
And the pine needles, too, Lummy. Those are bad. Well, the pine needles probably aren't as bad as the leaves. I don't know.
Well, I spoke to Average Joe about all that stuff, and we'll just need to get a lift from Sunbelt, and he'll take care of all of it.
Okay, if he ever gives me a day, I'll have one delivered here.
Perfect.
Hey, I was looking at our Twitter/X feed, which is at the Bubba Army, and I thought we follow Roger Stone. And looks like Roger might have been at Mar-a-Lago last night. But doesn't that look like Alex Stein behind?
It does.
Behind
quickly.
Right here.
Yep.
Doesn't that look like Alex Stein? And I don't think Alex was there, was
I think that's what a lot of young Republicans look like, Bubba.
Yeah, I think
that's
you're right.
that's the standard look.
You know what? I hate
They
to
all just
admit
go
it.
for the Tucker.
Yeah. They're all just
Tucker,
young. They're
Jesse
all
Waters,
young. They're all young Tucker.
Steven Crowder. They all look kind of the same.
They do. They really do.
He photobombed.
I don't know who that was,
Yeah.
but he did photobomb that. So they should have cut that out. Anyway, Roger, good friend of mine, and he looks like he was in Mar-a-Lago last night celebrating the president's, or I'm sorry, the Donald Trump's huge 12-hour. He won all but one state.
Yeah.
Anyway, so hold on, back over to your deal. If everything works out okay, what I would do is show you how to turn on do you know how to turn on a hose?
Yeah, you turn the nozzle on.
Right, turn the nozzle
Lefty,
on.
righty, tighty, loosey.
Sure, right. And then I put a sprayer on the end of it, and then you just walk out, and spray. Start in the back, and just spray your car down.
Yeah.
Spray the windshield, spray the doors, the door handles, just with water, and you would have zero pollen on that.
No,
car.
that's a great idea. Thank you.
But I'm not going to make an employee do it. Like, that's something you as a man need to do yourself.
I understand, sir.
The other thing is, I wanted to make sure Macho's car was far away, because anybody else's car that gets a little pollen over splash from your reckless, spraying, because you're not going to care about that.
I don't give a damn about it. Just
right.
water.
Well, you're not going to worry about if Gus is parked beside your car. You're not going to worry about the pollen that you blow off your car.
Otto would probably love if I gave Gus a little squirt down.
No, but like you wouldn't care if some of your pollen went over onto her car.
I would not care.
Right.
No.
He'd prefer that.
Meanwhile, Macho would kill you if you blew pollen on his $100,000 car.
I totally understand. That's why I won't be I'll have a no pollen zone, which will be where Macho's car is. And any of the other ones that are worth $100,000 or more.
Well, yeah, there's nobody else who has a car. I mean, we got probably all of our cars combined
Don't equal Machos.
Yeah, unless if you take the Merch Cricks, Camry,
it's a sexy Camry.
That is a good-looking Camry, isn't it?
And and the Diacos are not here, so that works.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh God, yeah.
Don't get if there's ever a Diaco vehicle, or
I won't be pollen. I
like
won't do
Kevin Hazlett.
No,
or like,
no.
Don't get into your big depollinization deal if you have a guest or a fancy car beside you.
Never. I won't be depollinizing until at least after 10 p.m. every day. I mean 10 a.m.
Yeah. So most of those fancy people are gone by then. So look, we got that worked out now, didn't we?
We sure did. Thank you.
No problem.
Get my own. I get a little spray down every day before I leave, and my PSIs are low on my front right tire.
That's nice.
We got this little 16 down to 16 PSIs.
Hold on. Because with your car, I know they have a like an indicator where it shows you all four corners of your tires, and it'll show you how much air pressure's in your tires.
Yes.
And if it's low, it'll have it'll be yellow or red or something like that, and give you an indicator. And you're saying that your right front is down to 16 pounds.
But
Hold on.
The good news is all the other ones are at 40.
That's not good. That's
Hold on.
worse.
That means all the weight is being distributed on that one that has 15. You're lucky. Honestly, I'm just being dead
another
honest.
one where I could have died on the way over here?
Yeah.
Could
Come
have smashed
on.
right into the side of the wall or the bridge.
Seth, when you're hold on,
How?
Seth, listen to me.
dear.
Listen to me, you f boy. Listen
Does
to
this
me.
math make sense, Anna?
Listen, Anna, you listen. If you're driving,
does.
do you do 55 or 60 across the bridge?
Me?
Do you do 55 and a 54?
I mean, like how fast do you drive?
Me, I drive the speed limit.
Okay, so like if somebody was to ask me,
It's like the gayest thing you could say.
when I lived in Tierra Verde and I traveled here every morning, I took that pretty much the same route you are, 275 across to Howard Franklin.
Yes.
And I mean, I probably averaged 80 to 90, like 100 mile an hour.
I'm not up that high.
Yeah, I'm just, it was at 4:30 in the morning. There was never any cops, just for 100. So do you not know that because you're putting so much weight and it's so deflated that the tire isn't even rolling correctly, you're putting all this extra pressure on your sidewalls and things like that, you could blow out a tire very easily. In fact, you're probably lucky that you haven't blown a tire, and if you blow a right front and you're in the very far right lane, your car automatically darts to the right, and it would smash you right into the. I'm not kidding you. At 55, it would smash you right into the concrete guardrail, and maybe careen you off the bridge.
Okay.
I'm being for real.
I'm just digesting all that because
Yeah.
I've been riding around
Add
like
that
that
to the list of
for
anxieties
a couple weeks right now. I thought because every other one was at 40, I thought I was cool. I thought I had some time.
Listen to me. Tire inflation
It doesn't just slightly bring down the average.
The equation, you'll never hear your mechanic. 3 out of 4 ain't bad, buddy.
That's what I mean.
You'll never hear that from anybody that knows anything about a vehicle.
But I'm normally riding dirty at about 35 psi. So
That's perfect.
when I got 40s all around, and then I got a little light one up front, man. Like to me, it's just another day in the hood.
No, it's even worse. It's even worse.
All right, well, I gotta fill up today.
Well,
Whether
we're
it's
gonna
at
have-
Cumberland Farms or back in your Jiffy Lube area.
So I'll bring you back to my very coveted work area, and we'll have
No oil change or anything, right? I don't really have time for all of those manly shenanigans.
We should probably check your oil.
Oh man,
listen,
Really?
We probably should check your oil, and we should probably.
Well,
see,
I know how to do that now. You just stick the stick down there and then look at it.
You think you know how to do it, but we certainly need to document all this. So after you depollen your car today, after the show, because today's after show is Lummy and Rhett with their. I think is it sports with a little bit of show kicker.
It'll be a show with a little bit of sports kicker.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of just do a hybrid show, right? Like, you just talk about manly stuff. Sometimes it's the show, sometimes it's sports. Let's not forget, you probably want to talk about the fact that you guys went to the USF game last night.
Oh yeah.
We did. We just we made a pivot. I think that's the way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same show. We just pivoted.
Right. And we can even just call it the Lummy and Rhett show. Like, it didn't have to be.
Well, that's going to get more views as the midweek wrap up. Nobody's watching the Lummy and Rhett show.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
the midweek show's been working.
Okay, perfect. You guys know how to do that. So, Seth, since we don't have an after show, how's Clement Cush from yesterday doing?
Oh, real well. Had I think maybe 2.5 thousand this morning when I woke up.
Nice. Anywhere, iHeart, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere that you can get podcasting, download podcasting, search. We're on all the big ones, like on every one of them. Search the Bubba Army podcast or Bubba Army podcast, and you'll see our daily podcast that we put up. Most of the time, the content is exclusive, and it's nothing that you have been able to hear anywhere else. And then other times we'll put we'll put like the roast up there, or we'll put some throwback stuff up there occasionally. But for the most part, it's exclusive podcast. It's exclusive material that you can't find anywhere else. Every Tuesday, it's the Clement Cush podcast, And yesterday, what I thought was really good. We had Gooch in here, and we were kind of like, I think we almost forgot we were on the radio. We were just like BSing, like not even in radio shtick mode, like more just dudes.
Yeah, well, I mean that's how it should be. That you got really comfortable. You propped your leg up. I saw your sack, and I just was.
Hold on, you didn't see my sack.
I mean, I saw enough.
No, you didn't.
I saw enough.
See his bug?
You didn't see anything.
Yeah.
I have You can't see. You can't see nothing, and why would you even bring that up, you weirdo?
Why would
Teacher
I?
Will 20 on the cash app.
Nikki Haley dropped out.
Oh, Nikki Haley just dropped out. Good.
So Bubba's sack.
Yeah, let's see upon the
Sorry.
Bubba Sack announcement. So anyway, Seth, today after the show, because they're doing the midweek wrap up with Lummy and Red, we don't have anything to do per se, and so we will. One, I'm gonna go look at the parking configuration right now. Two, we'll figure out where we're gonna park your car on a daily basis. 3, maybe we could do a quick little dry run on how you should water your car down. We could do this. We could do this in between breaks, so I don't have to do it later today. Then after the show, I can have you drive you back to Clem's car compound, and we can check your oil and properly inflate your right front, which is indicating 16 pounds, and it's supposed to be between 35 and 40.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
And you have been driving around your car for, as you say, a couple weeks.
Yes.
With it being 16. Now, the one thing is,
Well, it was like 19. It's gone down a little bit.
you might have a nail. But we might need to inspect it. You might have a nail or something that's in your tire.
That sounds time consuming.
Well, I mean,
Do you think somebody put a nail in my car for revenge on me ducking one of the bone vehicles? Do you think that it's gotten that dirty?
That means somebody from the Bowman either knows where you live or knows where you work, and they came here and they sliced your tires. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You think it's that far fetched?
Are you saying when I went to the Bone, I had 40 pounds pressure? After I left the Bone and I ducked them in my Seth Kushner type way, which that video is available on our YouTube channel, which is at the Bubba Army. Seth doing a solid dirty ducking. After your dirty ducking, your right front tire hasn't been the same.
I think they came out for revenge. I started feeling like I was losing control of my car, when I was leaving that parking lot, and now it's only gotten worse.
Well, they didn't slice your tires there when you were there. They probably
they know where I go. They know I get my coffee at Intermezzo downtown. They know where I get my smoothie.
They probably know where you live.
They know where I am. Yeah, they know everything.
They probably know it. That Mike Oliveira has run a background check on you. He knows exactly where you live.
He should.
He dispatched one of his little intern chimps out there.
Yep.
And
they smashed and they were trying to kill me. They wanted me to careen off the Skyway.
And the guy didn't want to make it obvious by just slicing your tires, and you roll out there and it's flat, and you obviously can't drive it, which you don't get hurt. Instead, he puts a little screw in it so it slowly inflates. And so you don't think it's a big deal, but really it is a big deal rolling around with 16 pounds on your right front. That if it was flat, you would know you couldn't drive.
But this is murder. This is murder of the long play variety.
This is almost
more insidious.
This is premeditated. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And they
I told you guys this isn't my fault.
They deep screw your tire. Slow pressure release Willie. Next thing you know, your right front blows, and you're going 55 in the right-hand lane across the Howard Franklin, which is probably exactly what you do. Your car then abruptly goes to the right. It hits the concrete barrier and either kills you instantaneously like Dale Sr. or flips you over the edge like Martha and Louise. I'm just saying. I mean, both outcomes aren't good.
Yeah, no, that's
Dale Sr. died, and Martha and Louise, went off the cliff.
That's only my biggest fear is driving off the bridge. So we'll go ahead and take care of the PSI today.
Yeah. But I'm going to have to inspect that. And then if there is a hole, we're going to have to send you over to SOS Tire Rick.
The whole department.
And he's going to have to plug it or patch it. And if it's patchable or pluggable, if it's too big, they're going to have to put a replacement tire on, which is going to cost you about $100.
Oh boy,
that's not too bad.
How's your spare?
My spare?
Do you have a full size spare
donut?
or is it a donut? Hold on, Seth's probably got a donut, and that bitch would drive the donut until it wouldn't drive no more.
Till it got down to the rim?
You know he's donut drive.
I've done it before.
Listen, most dudes, as soon as you got a donut, Lummy, like the next day, you're getting your tire
They
fixed.
say not to go over 40 in that, but you can drive a clear 70, really anywhere you want.
Seth, you know what, Seth? You know what donut guy he is? He drives the donut until the donut's ready until the donut has failed. Then he goes to the car shop. to the tire shop.
Donuts really never let you down.
Do you have a donut?
Yeah, I got a donut. What's so fun? I thought you were supposed to have a donut.
You are.
What? I thought you were supposed to have a donut.
But are you donut drive a long time guy?
Yes. Yeah.
So what's the average time a donut stays on your car as a replacement?
I mean,
4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, I mean, look, if I had to put a donut on today, we get paid tomorrow. I got all my bills already spoken for. I'd probably have to wait till next pay period. So it's like a 2-week deal.
And you're picking up a little sassy with the donut.
Well, I might take mommy's car, but yeah, we'll take the donut down to South St. Pete, no problem.
All right, so listen, today
I saved my life, Bubba.
I think I may have saved your life.
Can I buy the cream machine? I need a new car.
No.
I'd love to see Seth drive the cream machine.
And Seth, you know what?
That would be the best.
And Rhett, you know what? I am so distraught over what to do with this thing. Like, I'm either going to have to put a little bit of money into it, or I just,
Who's they?
What do you mean they?
Oh, you said they're gonna have to put a little money into it.
I am.
Okay.
In order to get this thing to be able to use as a functional, reliable promotional tool, I'm gonna have to put some money into it. I'm just I'm not.
Is it worth it?
That's what I have to determine. As much as we're gonna be able to use it, or for whatever application. Now, us, now working with USF, we might really could use it.
Yes.
And this might be a time for, out of all the time that we've been back on the air, we really have a pretty big partner that we could use a very big promotional vehicle for.
Yeah, we could use some business cards too.
Oh yeah, I heard. You know what?
Business cards.
Let's not talk about. I'm running late.
Okay.
But we need to address that next. # business cards, because I am not happy with a lot of people that work here right now.
What?
Oh no!
You're mad at me?
I'm not happy with a lot of people that took a crap on the business. I brought it up in good faith, thinking that we should, and
I took a crap on
Oh
him.
yeah, it's a big.
I did not.
Wait, how is this a big deal weeks later?
Well,
I love paper and ink.
We'll get through the big business card caper next. Okay, that's what we're coming back with.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com and sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Dear. Oh, dear. Is he about to get fruited?
He went back. Engineering.
What's up, Mike Hot? Good morning, Jay Gator. Yes, it looks like Macho's bringing in another TV.
On camera.
Good monitor. What's up, Leslie? Good morning. God bless you for waking up so early when, well, maybe you have to, but I slept like shit last night for like 5th time in a row. The Fat Pig 5, my favorite. Good morning. What's up, Bubba Army for Life? Go do it, says Snizook. Slayer. Haley out. That's fucking cool. Only 8 more months till election day. Bub Army for Life said you were looking jacked, Macho.
Thank you.
Dan in Orlando, good morning. Sure is pretty short sugar. Bald Blood for Anna. Good morning.
Thank you. Okay. So you need to start parking where Rhett parks.
I will.
Oh, Macho's up here doing more shit for you.
Where in the frick is my damn? Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Just for.
All right, so all that's left is your cough button.
Oh, thank you,
Be
man.
careful, it's almost pull your drink off. That would suck.
I gotta find where I put my backpack this morning.
Oh, I forgot about that, sorry. That's Grenado,
What's up, Nick the Gun Guy?
Benny Boy 1027, 41 months. He's up there by the bar.
Morning Power Piggin.
By the bar.
Oh, where was it?
By the bar.
Thanks,
I saw
man. I was gonna ask Bubba to put a light on. I was really getting scared. Jeez Louise, thank you. Holy crap.
Spencer, good morning.
Are you sitting here?
No.
Oh.
I'm just reloading my backpack. Oh shit.
Oh, off camera.
I mean, I don't have anything in here but water.
Oh.
And a notepad.
See.
But I also will be medicating back here now that we have the closest on for hot
Right.
Lemmy, can I text this video to you that I just shot? I can't seem to get it fucking up.
Yes, that's fine.
Or email, which one?
Text is fine.
Okay.
Well, you need a spray down.
It'll be a while, Lemmy. When you get it, just say I got it.
You need a spray down of your car from pollen.
No, it's alright.
I just did Red's car for free.
Whoa!
I got in there.
Do I have to move my car now? Are you even loaded?
No, you're fine. You're totally out of the way.
Nice. Where is the hose?
I'm in there. Right here.
I'm just,
Okay.
Oh.
Did you turn it off, Seth? I don't think you did.
oh yeah, let me go turn it off.
No, we'll do.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Missed part of the show? We got you covered at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to Bubba Live.
Show that can really put on a really good show, have a lot of inner drama within the program, have 106,000 followers on your YouTube, be, realistically, if we lost terrestrial radio, which I'm super excited because our terrestrial world is expanding right now, as we just started 103.1 and formerly Fly/Wolf full-blown 50,000 water in Orlando. I'm actually getting people texting me that live in Orlando, like, hey, like my buddy Charlie Taylor, my buddy who owns Keith Johnson lives in Orlando now, and so I've been getting a ton of calls about people like, hey man, I heard you on 103.1 in Orlando now. It's so great that you're back on a regular station that you can compete on. That's right, Florida Man Radio, Orlando, big ass stick. I mean, if I was, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful or the old Bubba Army Radio Wars, your wife's a whore, anything like that. Make songs about you, have listeners show up in your parking lot and it costs you. No, this is just, hey Russ, good luck to you, kid. You've had a long run. You got some stiff competition now, some viable competition, and we'll see we'll see if indeed the people of Orlando, accept us or like our style of radio a little bit better than what you do. It's completely a different style. So they now have a choice. There you go. But since we are a big time radio show now, as we're getting, and if we win in Orlando, man, the entire industry will be like, wow. Maybe Bubba isn't the asshole we thought he was.
Is this where the comeback story starts?
Yeah, this is where it starts, buddy. This is where it starts. But as I was saying, if we were to lose our entire terrestrial world, I think we're one of the very few shows that could exist digitally. And we do that by having the great fans, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, right to the main vein, all at the Bubba Army. Lummy, you went to the USF Bulls game, you and Rhett last night.
Yes, 15 in a row.
And the U.S. Bulls are now, I think, getting ready for the tournament for their
There's one
conference.
more game, but right after that, yeah. I mean, they've already clinched the regular season.
What
they have a
division
bye.
do they play in?
They are in the
American Conference?
Correct.
Yeah, in the American Conference. And of course, the winner of the American Conference, tournament gets an at-large. Like you automatically get in the tournament for winning. But they're saying even USF, even if they lost the tournament, let's hope they don't.
Correct.
But if that they're good enough now and they're top 25 rated, that they could potentially get an at-large.
Yes.
That's how good the team is.
They said if they at least win the first
couple rounds or whatever.
If they win one round, that they should get an at-large
I just want
bid.
them to sweep right on through it.
Oh, that would be great.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
All right, so Seth and Lummy have been doing a lot of things with some very important people that work within the USF athletic department.
Yeah, Seth and Lummy.
Yeah, Rhett and Lummy. Seth is worried about pollen on his car. He's just not making any phone calls.
It's deadly, buddy.
Right.
That one kid died.
Low tire pressure and pollen is all he's worried about.
I'm suffering in silence.
He can barely make it here, ladies and gentlemen. The pollen almost kills him.
I have to take 2 Zyrtex, okay?
But we did do a little bit of a pollen exercise now, did we not?
We did.
And the only change I need is for Rhett, if you could be so kind to just move over one spot either way. Just either way.
Okay. I'll start parking next to Macho.
Yeah.
I gave you a free.
I don't think you can park. Macho's way down there by the gate.
Oh, okay.
Like if you literally there's a spot where you park, there's a spot to the left and there's a spot to the right that both are open. So if you could just, park one spot over.
Okay.
Either way.
And I'm
it.
good.
Everybody else is good.
Okay.
So we'll put Snowflake, I got to have it my way, and have my pollen blown off my car. But if we can put him where Rhett's vehicle is now currently. Move Rhett's vehicle one way or the other. Me and Seth went through a little pollen spray down practice that I sent to Lummy that he'll be getting to me soon. I literally walked out there with the phone and we at the end of the day, Seth, we fixed the problem.
Yeah, we assessed the parking lot and, I sprayed Rhett's car down. So if Rhett had any sort of pollen issue, that should be cured right now.
Now, Rhett, I hope you didn't mind your car being wet because he did spray it down.
You told me to.
No, not at all. Probably the first time it's ever been washed.
Which is what I'm trying to say. Like, it looked like to me it was actually knocking some dirt off.
It was bagging for it.
Right. There's some people like, don't spray, Merch Crick's beautiful car down, and don't spray Macha's car down, but any other car out there, or the Ferraris when the Diacos are here, but any other car out there that's just one of the I guess I don't think a little bit of water will hurt it at all.
No way.
Lummy, your car's screaming for a spraying. You know
it rained yesterday.
What?
It rained. It rained last night.
Right. But
okay.
When's the last time you hand washed your car?
I don't know. A year?
Yeah.
2?
It's inside the car, Bubba. You remember you thought my car was dirty? I took a look into Lummy's car. I mean, he's got like 3 empty 2-liter bottles back there.
Who has the dirtiest?
Oh, just 3?
He might have cleaned it up.
Who has the dirtiest car inside, you think?
Probably
mine now. Yeah, I got a ton of clothes under. Yeah, because I'm always
I bet
out
you
doing
mine's
stuff.
one of the cleanest.
Oh,
so is mine.
Me or Mach. Mach, do you have any... I have nothing in my car. Like, there's no trash. I have an
Give a thumbs up.
I have an iPhone recording. That's it. That's the only thing that's in my car.
Mach has jump rope, blow up dumbbells. He's got anything that in case he breaks down on the side of the road.
Protein shake mixers.
He can live.
He's got a generator that can give enough power to a protein. Or he's got a battery operated protein shaker.
He's got a Nordic track there in the back. He's gonna put together.
Exactly. Mach, I'm assuming that you keep your car extremely clean on the inside.
He's right in front of you, Bubba.
Is he? So he's in the studio?
Yeah.
Can he possibly check out Seth's camera again?
He is right now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Seth, even cameras hate you.
I know.
I
know.
Like even the camera's saying, please don't make me video. Don't make me.
It's a tough time to be a Jewish guy with allergies. Really, it's not easy. You thought the white man was under attack.
Man, put a Jewish religious kicker with a pollen chaser on there, and you're the most hated man in America right now. I mean, please, my God. So anyway, I think we remedied the pollen problem. I've taught Seth how to turn the hose on, how to stretch it out to where the most of the pollen issue would be if you had pollen allergies, which would be the door and the fender and the hood and the window. If you spray all that down, then your car will not have any pollen in it or on it, and you can go put the hose back, turn the hose bib off, and then jump into your car quickly.
Perfect.
So
sounds good. I just have to remember to turn it off.
We did a drive, and even if you don't turn it off, I got a nozzle on the end of it. So it's not the end of the world.
Okay, perfect.
We're not losing a bunch of water.
No pressure then.
Yeah, but try to remember to turn it off.
Yeah, of course.
I sent Lummy the little the walkthrough video that I did with Seth during the commercials, and then later today after the show, it's looking like Seth will have to come back to my car compound, and we have to inflate his right front. Well, we'll first have to determine if there is, a nail or a screw. He claims that the Mike Oliveira's interns from 102.5 The Bone sent a bunch of Ninja car popper tires.
Highly likely.
And to
henchmen.
Yeah.
Just imagine like 4 guys like Ryan Hoppy running up and poking holes in my tires. I mean, that's what happened.
It looks like only one guy did it, and it was your right front, okay?
Yeah. So
we're going to check that. You were downplaying the fact that you got only 16 pounds pressure in your right front and 40 pounds in your other 3 corners. And you're like, man, and so you look at a car as, hey, it kind of all averages out. Looks like I'm, about 32 pounds.
Pretty much, yeah. But you know what? In school, they teach you about shapes and all this other stuff, geometry. Why not teach you about PSIs? Why not tell you if you're PSI heavy on 3 other tires? It doesn't matter if you're...
Mike Rowe, actually, remember Mike? Mike Rowe?
Teddy Jobs.
Yeah. Let me. You might be able to Google this and find this for me, but he actually did a little bit of a monologue or had a saying as to what we've done is taken auto shop and woodworking and working with lathes and metal. It used to be when I was in high school as a boy or a girl. There were some girls that took it, but we actually had, a semester of auto shop, and they would teach you how to change your own oil, how to check tire pressure, how to change a tire, how to, how to check your power steering fluid, how to, just not basically, how to be familiarized with the small little things that you should be able to handle with your car. Changing the oil, getting the tire, the full-size, now deflated, popped tire off, jacking the car.
It's like home ec for boys.
Yeah, they did that, but girls did it too.
And girls.
And then they had a woodworking course that would teach you how to, work with wood. And then they had Mike in my school at Warsaw, they even had what they called a building trades thing, Lemmy, where they went out and the high school would build a house for like an underprivileged family.
Really?
And yeah, so it took about a year. But, all the students went out there and poured the concrete, laid the 2x4, they completely built a house. Teaching these kids, I mean, think about what it taught. If you're a kid that took building trades, and Lummy, you went out and you learned how to plumb, or you learned how to, wire a house up, or you learned how to frame a home, or how to do some concrete or paver work. That was all, the students completely built how to shingle, the students built the entire house. It took a year. It was like, a 14 to 1,600 square foot, like 2-bedroom home. And then they would give it to a underprivileged, family. And the Warsaw High School built it for them.
Nice.
But think about the trades it taught those kids. And then you had auto shop, and then you had metal works. But Mike Rowe, formerly from Dirty Jobs, if you can find it, Lummy.
I'm looking for it.
He goes on and talks about how, as a society, we have taken all of those all of those classes out of high school, and I don't know what we've substituted them with. How to feel sorry for yourself, and, how to be a pussy.
Volleyball.
Just stupid stuff. We've replaced those classes with, I don't know.
It's time to man up high school again.
Probably, it is. But that's where boys become men, and we're no longer teaching those skill sets. So the average senior in high school, if he wasn't taught by his dad, your dad, Seth, wasn't probably very much a guy. Was he a guy's guy? Would he change his own oil, and would he do things like that, and he just never taught you, or he wasn't like that either?
Paul was really more into sports, so we would play a lot of catch and do all that, but we really didn't ever talk, car stuff.
Like your dad didn't say, "Hey, Seth, man, tomorrow morning, I got a set of ramps, and I got an oil filter wrench." And I got
No, he told me to.
We're going to jack the car up, and we're going to change the oil. We're going to put it on jack stands, and we're going to change the oil. I'm going to teach you how to change the oil.
No, it was never that. It was like, hey, you better be going to Sunday school on Sunday and all that stuff. So I think they were more worried about me being Jewish than me having any life skills.
Or maybe if your family was like mine, make sure you get good grades. Didn't really matter what kind of life skills you had. Just
My
make sure you
dad
get
was
good
like,
grades.
man, so you want to bring home a C in algebra? No big deal, bitch. I'm going to teach you how to mow the lawn. I'm going to teach you how to work on a car. I'm going to teach you how to, do stuff.
Yeah, but Mike says Seth probably needs to check his in-cabin air filter.
Oh, boy.
Because of his pollen?
Yes.
You can at least, maybe not, doesn't need to be changed, but it could be blown out.
His car's probably allergic to it, too.
Yeah, I think his car's allergic to him. I think Life's allergic to Seth.
Or is Seth allergic to life?
No. Life is allergic to Seth more than Seth is allergic to Life.
That's deep.
But Seth tries to reverse it and blame it on Life.
Reverse
when really
the heat on Life.
Yeah, but really it's him. It's really Seth, but Seth tries to blame the world more than it's him. Seth blames the pollen trees rather than blaming himself.
I mean, of course, that's on God. That's Jesus. That has nothing to do with me. But everything else,
but you have resources to fight Jesus. Like, now you're going to make Jesus your
Judas.
bitch. Now you're going to make Jesus your bitch because you're going to roll out there with a hose and you're going to blow that pollen off of your car and you're not going to have a pollen attack anymore.
And I'm going to show God and Jesus who's the boss?
Yeah. And you're going to say, listen, bitch.
Wow.
Listen, God and Jesus that are throwing me a 16 pounds per pressure on my right front indicator.
Well, they did also keep me from careening off the side of the bridge, too. So thanks, guys.
I'm going to now make Jesus and God my bitch, and when Life throws me 16 pounds pressure in my right front, I know how to take Bubba's air inflator with this compressor, and my inflator has an actual PSI indicator on it. So all you have to do is just, go to the gauge on the PSI on the inflator, and we'll get you up to, 30. I think I put a lot of people don't run their tires at 40. They run them at 35.
Sissies.
I like running mine just a little bit more, like 5 pounds more than you're supposed to.
I mean, it's 40 or you hate America, pretty much. I mean, if you're rolling on 35 PSI, pump it up, baby.
Well, I mean, you got
free air at Wawa.
What are you saying? You got 16.
Well, no, but I got 41 in the other ones, Bubba. That's why I wasn't worried about the 16. Because I roll 40 deep.
It's not an average, buddy. It's not an average.
Again, I wasn't.
And you don't realize, man, how much additional weight that right front's taking, and it's rolling on its sidewall right now. It's you're so lucky you didn't.
I don't know what a sidewall is, Bubba. When you explained to me that I could have died, that drove the point home. Talking about sidewalls and overinflation and one of these little things, that's where my mind can't comprehend car things. You say you might die if we don't put air in this tire, I'm on it. I get it.
You could die. Would you not agree that having 16 in the right front, you're taking all that extra weight from all three corners?
Oh, he'll take a lick into the wall.
And you're putting, Jesus and the tire wear is, it's practically smashing the sidewall down. I mean, you're practically driving on rim at 16.
Why doesn't my car yell at me more than it does? Like, my car should be like, hey.
Your car's throwing you a 16-pound Willie.
Well, it's just a little.
Your car's telling you that. You trying to say the car shouldn't even be able to start if it's at 16?
Pretty much.
I mean, you need that much,
If my life's in danger.
I mean, I know, but your car is telling you.
Are you smelling a lawsuit, Seth?
It's your car.
I hate cars.
Your car is saying you're at 16 pounds right front, buddy. That's what your car's telling you. And an average, most men know that's really bad. Not that
Most, not all.
But some men like you, some F boys, say, well, listen, I got 40, 40, and 40. That 16's not that big of a deal if my other ones are, really, really, really solid. Take
do the math. You're at like 30 per almost.
Yeah. You don't realize that right front is taking so much added weight and pressure. My Lord.
All right. I know. I'm
literally and you've been driving around. You may have done so much damage to your tire, even if your tire just had a slow leak in it or whatever. You may have done so much damage to your tire that you got to get a new tire.
Oh, okay.
No, for real.
All right.
If you've driven around on 16 pounds for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, what you've done to the sidewall and the tread design, you may be screwed. You know what? You might be rolling out of the BRN today with a donut
for the next 4 to 6 weeks because you won't change it.
And then Lummy, he's going to have to take, because we can't do everything for him.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't sit here and hold his hand. We has to at some point be responsible and be a man. Then you'd have to drive down the SOS Tire Rick's, give him the wheel with the tire that needs replaced. He'd replace it for you, and he'd probably put it back on your car for you too.
Yeah.
But you're looking at least $100. I mean, at least $100.
Okay.
So rolling around,
sounds good.
Being a snowflake, not being proactive. If you would have, like that 16 wasn't 16 overnight. Has it not been like?
It's been a slow burn.
So has it gone like from 40 down to like 32?
No, it's like 20. It just showed up at 20.
So one day it just showed up at 20.
Yeah, but then I'd be driving.
That means you got a screw or something.
But when I'd be driving, it would go up to like 21, 22. So I was like, it's on the way up.
You gain a couple pounds pressure when you're driving.
Well, that's why I thought it was good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, you'll gain a pound or two. Yes, while you're driving.
That's why I was like,
Especially
it's going up, not going down.
I know, but then eventually now it's 16. So you're thinking because when you drive it home, it goes up to 18, 19. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He solved the problem.
My God. My Lord, can you see what we're dealing with here as a man?
The auto-inflate tires.
My Lord, I know he's funny as hell on the radio, and he's a great radio person, but he's dumb as a box of rocks when it comes to being a man.
Why? My pa didn't show me any of this stuff, Bubba. I can tell you about baseball. We played catch. I was in Little League. I could make solid contact, but I don't know anything about cars.
That's because your pa didn't teach you.
Pa didn't show me.
Well, do I have to be your pa? I think in some instances of life, I have to be your pa.
I think you have to be my pa here.
Yeah, well.
And Lummy's my steppa.
And your pa never taught you? Your pa never taught you that, if you go out and there's a bunch of pollen on your car, if you just take the hose and spray it down, then all that pollen will go away.
No.
At least enough for you to get in your car, and it's not all pollened up.
The only thing that
your pa teach you about how to mow the lawn and run the weed whacker.
Yeah,
he did.
I mean, but whatever. Yeah, he showed me back in the day when you have to start it by pulling it and all that. Now when I had the Ryobi, you just turn it on, you're good to go.
Because you're electric boy.
Oh, I mean, don't forget, Bubba. So I mean, I don't have a lawn per se right now.
Like, do you have a lawnmower? And is it one of those battery kind? Like, you don't even have a gas lawnmower?
No, I don't have a gas lawnmower.
You got an electric, like you. Oh.
Yeah, I've been Ryobi forever. The only thing that my pa taught me about cars was
nothing screams F boy more than I've been Ryobi forever.
The bright green Ryobi.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people using it around town.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Baby face.
Such a snowflake and F boy.
My pa did teach me though about how to kill yourself through putting a hose in the exhaust and then closing the garage and having that go through.
He did.
He did teach me about that with cars, but that was it.
Why would he teach you that?
He said he tried to kill himself, and that was how he tried to do it. So
your dad said that to you?
Yeah,
for real.
Yo, yeah.
No, for real.
Yes, Bubba.
Like one day, one Saturday, you and Paul.
Let me write that down.
One Saturday, you and Paul were out in the garage, and Paul said, "Hey, son, let me just tell you. One time, I was just down and on my luck, and I just didn't want to be here anymore, and so I thought about maybe taking my life, and this is how I did it." This is what I was going to do.
Yeah, it wasn't really like
did he say like this, you should never, ever do this?
No, it was, I don't even, Bubba, I really shouldn't have known this, to be honest with you. I just remember hearing that whether he was telling my whole family or whatever, I'm sure my mom obviously already knew, but.
Was it when he
said he did it? He did it for I don't know, he had it in there for a few minutes. I don't know, something.
He fell asleep or somebody caught it or something?
No, I don't think anybody caught it. I don't know what happened.
Did he chicken out?
No, I don't think so.
Well, he must have. if you obviously had to.
sometimes you shoot yourself in the head and you don't die. I mean,
no.
How old were you?
Did he do this while he had a
probably
family?
between like 8 and 10.
That's heavy.
Did he do this
It's
as
over Shabbat dinner.
Hold on. Did he do this as a single man?
No.
Or was it after he had a family?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
Well, that takes. I'm sorry. Like,
Well, he's alive. Wait, can I say that he's alive and well, Dave Kushner? He's good. I don't know.
So you're saying Dave Kushner defied the odds and said, I'm not going to kill myself, and instead I'm going to be a great kick-ass man, and I'm going to have a family, and I'm going to, be a good husband and everything.
Yeah, I think that's
Dave Kushner pulled the nose up on the deal.
Now he's a very religious man. He's having a bar mitzvah at the age of 77.
Nice.
Hold on.
Again?
Now is your dad, Dave Kushner, is he super religious?
He has been as he's gotten older. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So he's having a bar mitzvah.
So does he get more and more disappointed in you when he sees
the more he believes in God?
The more that he sees how you live your life, does he become more disgusted?
They've given up on me. It's more how I raise my daughter now. And
so at this point, is it just like, I guess is it intellectually honest to say that your mom and your dad obviously have a certain amount of love for you as their son, but they've lost hope on you doing anything constructive in your life, and they're putting their chips on little Sethi?
Well, I don't know if
they're putting their chips on little Sethi, and Sethi, they really, really love little Sethi far more than they care about you, and the only reason they deal with your nonsense is so they can spend time with little Sethi.
I just think it's easy.
Hold on, is that what we're dealing with?
I don't think they've given up on me in life. I think they've given up that I'm going to be, an ultra Jewish kind of guy, and raise my family that way.
Oh, so they're like saying, career-wise, he might be okay. We're not really worried about that because he always seems to be able to find a job, and he always seems to be able to figure it out. But what we're afraid of is that he's living life a little loose and hard right now, not being as Jewishy as he should.
Yes,
and he should be living a little bit more of a Jewish, religious-based life, and that he's not really following that.
Is it the Christmas tree? I feel like you have a Christmas tree in your house, and that freaked him out.
No, we don't have we never got a tree at all. I'm not cool with a tree, despite I'm being outnumbered in the family now. I'm not cool with a Christmas tree.
Right.
I mean, I guess that sounds really bad right now. Like I hate Christmas. I love Christmas.
No, I mean,
I get it.
It's on brand.
It's just a cultural thing.
It's what you are.
Well,
buddy.
just like I'm not expecting.
There's no listeners going to get mad at you because your faith doesn't allow you to have a Christmas tree.
It's not even a real faith thing, but it's just like I know people that celebrate Christmas aren't necessarily bringing menorahs into their house and lighting them and all that stuff.
Right,
so
yeah. Either a Christmas tree guy or a menorah guy, and you're still a menorah guy.
I'm still a menorah guy.
I mean, your parents got to be happy about that.
Yeah, but my daughter wants to celebrate Christmas.
Christmas is so much better.
Well, she's just a good worker. She wants them both.
She does. So yeah, everything will be okay.
And you probably won't say no. You'll let her have her way.
No. No, we won't. I'm not, Bubba. I mean, like, I love religion. I respect anybody that actually believes in a higher power. I just don't think I'm ready to start. Like, to me, Christmas is a religious holiday. It's Jesus' birthday.
Yeah, whatever. None of us Americans really think that.
Well, I keep the Christ in Christmas.
Good place to get together with your family, get some presents.
To me, I think you got to keep the Christ in Christmas, and I keep it in there 24/7.
Like when my family gets together for Christmas, like we don't like make it about never.
Well, most people don't, but a lot of people. But that's what the holiday is about.
Never do we say, let's not forget that we're here today to celebrate the birthday of our Savior, Jesus Christ. That's what this. No, they're like, man, pass Mom's gift over to her and get mine too while you're at it.
Give me some pie.
Yeah, and when's the ham and turkey ready and the scalloped potatoes? Oh yeah, it's supposed to be Jesus' birthday. Cool, good for Jesus.
No one ever buys him anything.
Nobody cares. Like, nobody really come on now.
Well, I mean, okay, well,
there's a guy in the sky right now who's having a birthday, and we're all just supposed to, be a bunch of tongue-wagging followers. Get off me. I think I can think a little for my own self.
Oh,
high five, Bubba.
I just told Jesus to get off him.
No, I'm just saying, get off me. Listen, Jesus, where were you? And I've been through some really, really tough times.
He was
in
there
my
when you
life.
were rolling $3 million a year.
Yeah, Jesus was not there when I was rolling $3 million a year because he would have told me to be able to calm down a little better.
He did by taking it all away from you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you said Jesus.
Jesus sucks.
Oh goodness.
There's a happy medium. You could have not. You don't got to take it all away from me, Jesus.
I like how you didn't say where was Jesus on 9/11. You were like, where was Jesus
when I was living in trailer.
when my career took a dive?
I didn't really suffer through 9/11 too much. I mean, as an
Yeah,
American.
but the world did.
Yeah, but I'm not in the world.
What's wrong with you?
You should have said that the day after 9/11, Bubba.
I'm not in the world business. I'm in the me business.
Yeah,
okay?
I know.
I mean,
It's apparent.
listen, I mean, I should have got on the air on 9/12 and be like, "Hey, it's Bubba the Love Sponge, Nottingham Rock. Really, it was a sad day yesterday. I'm not gonna get."
But flights are half price.
But
I'm going to New York, baby.
Oh man, Bubba, you're the first person to admit that 9/11 has had no effect on you.
yeah, I mean, like, listen, I really feel bad about all the lives that we lost, and I feel
Yeah,
bad
it sounds like it.
I feel bad about.
Bubba, people had to jump out. They had to jump out of the buildings, man.
again,
Could you sound a little less sincere, please?
I feel bad. I mean, listen, I think maybe I'm the spokesperson for the average dude laying around here.
Oh, Jesus.
And that is this, man. I mean, everybody wants to sit here and be all fake and like, oh my God, it's and it was very horrible. We were attacked by a very, very, very,
Over 3,000 people died.
I know it was a horrible thing. But what I'm saying is where were those people? When I've suffered through some horrible times too.
Oh my God.
And
oh my God.
and
Let me.
Are you saying where were the people that died in 9/11 to when you were struggling?
Because they were dead.
No, I'm just saying.
What's wrong with you?
Saying like,
Let me. Do you co-sign?
We pick and choose with what what we are.
Even Lummy can't go there with you.
Yeah.
He speaks for the average man.
The 9/11 stuff is a little.
Oh my God.
You know what? I honest to God intellectually think we need to burn a timeout.
We do. Break time. I gotta pee.
I think corporately we need to burn a major timeout. I think maybe this is.
This is edgy, Bubba. You waited just the right amount of time.
So much better than sports.
You waited 23 years to let this opinion be known, and I think the statute of limitations it's up. Like I think you're allowed.
Yeah.
I don't think the statute.
We all know now that you think 9/11 was overrated.
I don't think the statute of limitations of John Cracchiolo call me up on Florida Man Radio and saying, "Hey, big guy, man, usually I can stand behind what you say, and you give us a little wiggle room for an excuse, and you're Bubba the Love Sponge. We know what we're getting to an extent, but man, that anti-911 thing today, man, we lost like 5 clients on the deal, and that is really not cool. That was wow." What were you thinking? We're gonna have to let you go. We're gonna bring free beer and hot wings in here next Monday, buddy.
Oh, do they need anybody in studio to run their show?
Yes, this is a daily telethon. We gotta keep the lights on somehow. So don't forget PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. All at BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
We'll be back after this.
That was a good break.
I mean, it's good if you hate America.
No, I mean we went from your dad.
Holland.
I mean, we covered a lot.
Yeah.
I mean we went through a lot of fucking rabbit holes.
There's no canceling Bubba. He's been canceled already.
Yeah. You can't cancel me, Vic. I've already been canceled.
We got plenty of chairs coming across the border, so we'll have another one soon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't worry about it. Maybe we'll forget about 9/11.
I mean, they have said it's a 9/11 down at the border, pretty much. Holy crap, man! I'm sweating.
Yeah, I'm here.
Is it
say ding ding instead of ringing the bell?
Yeah. I find this cable close. call me? Yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm on YouTube. Hi. Hi. Hi Felix.
John Crutchell is on the hotline.
I actually look too. What's up, B-Pop? Thank you, Strata. Way too kind. Shoes. I can't wait for you guys to get your shoes.
Oh.
Lummy.
Yes.
Can you come here for a second?
Yeah. Lummy, don't be this bitch boy.
No, I just gotta ask Lummy a question, man. Not everything can be for Hot Mike. Lummy, were you being my bitch?
Yes.
What the f-
Lummy, are you gonna get me that video?
I sent it to you.
Oh. Well, guess what?
It's an X, but you just gotta click on it. And it will
You're in
work.
trouble now.
Why?
Because I shouldn't have to ask for it.
I sent it to you when we were talking about it. And you never got to
But
it.
the words I sent that to you never came out of your mouth. How would I know it, lover? I'm just asking.
He's a very busy man.
Had I not asked, I mean, were you ever gonna tell me?
Of course, Bubba.
You're in trouble.
I'll try to see if I can pull the tape. I said it right when it said
What?
it. You said, I'll see if I can go back and listen.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Were you sleeping in and missed the first hour of the show? Don't worry. It's all at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I'm eating my cashews. I was really out of nowhere. I was just really hungry.
You getting your fruit in soon?
I hope so.
So off-brand.
Rhett said that we had almost 600 people watching us on Twitter.
Yeah, 598 last I looked.
On Twitter?
On Twitter.
What's that all about?
Today's the day. I don't know. It seems like today we're just kind of getting picked up and spread around a little bit more than the other days.
Maybe it's the ELON.
Yeah, of course. You're talking about ELON on X.
Yeah, maybe that's that, because he owns the place.
Maybe.
So you might have an algorithm when, like, anytime somebody's talking about me, like,
So should we just always put Elon in our title, no matter what it is?
Maybe. I don't know. They may catch on to it.
Well, so technically we can't fit the full title on Twitter just because of Wirecast. Like, usually it's too long. So on Twitter, we're usually just Bubba the Love Sponge Show and then today's date. So today it's Bubba the Love Sponge Show 3/6/24. So, I mean, that just goes to show that, again, more people are checking out the show than the title, the headline.
Oh, perfect. I was
6:05 now.
I mean, I gotta find that. I gotta find the live feed.
I mean, let's keep the good. Maybe they're here for the anti-America takes. Let's keep the good times rolling, Bubba.
Yeah. Let me.
Jesus.
We should have kicked this break off with the Pledge of Allegiance or something.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance
to the
flag of the United States of America
and
to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, not saying it, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
I just want everybody to know that I do love my country. And
yeah,
you
it
know
doesn't sound like it.
And I had a little bit of. I mean, I was just rolling, walking that high wire.
Yeah.
And a break. Quite frankly, a break, a live radio monologue break got away from me a little bit.
Are you getting some heat from chat or?
No, I don't. I haven't really looked at any heat.
Your former friends or anything like that?
No, I haven't got any. I haven't got any texts or anything like that. But
just thought long and hard about what you said about America.
I think you know what? I think he was
you
being.
Don't give an S.
I think he was being honest, and I just think he waited. I think he waited the right amount of time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if my delivery was necessarily on point, and I just want to let everybody know that I do love America, and that 911 and 9/11, as we call it, was one of the most tragic, hurtful, sorrowful things that our country's ever gone through. And I do feel for the people that lost their lives in that event, and it forever changed the way we live our lives.
Did Cratchula reach out to you or something during the break?
But I mean, I was just being intellectually honest by saying, where's people feeling sorry for me? I've suffered just as bad.
Okay, that's. But would you be willing to admit that there are people in the world that have suffered more than you? Is that something that crosses your mind ever? Mm-hmm. That like I could have it way worse?
Yes, but,
okay.
But here's the thing. I represent the average person, and the average person...
You're not the average person.
The average
you keep
person,
saying that. You're totally not.
The average person that was doing real good at one time, and some people screwed them over really, really bad, and then the legal system wasn't there to help you because the legal system in the town that you live in, the Good Old Boy Network, hates your guts because you've called them out so many times that you never get a fair shake in the city that you live in. And everybody in the city that you live in, not just people in Des Moines, Iowa, and other places that can Google me, but for the most part, people hate me. For the most part, people, if you listen to how the media reports me, or you listen to how I'm covered, or the way that I'm portrayed as a bad guy, a horse's ass, just a really, 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 really lying, cheating, just bad
smut-loving,
smut-loving,
dirty pedo,
open relationship swapping, just real glutton. And I'm really not that, and I never got my fair day in court. Listen, I've been on trial 4 times and on 4 different instances that I've messed up on.
And you won every time.
Really, well, let's just go through the 4.
Let's.
Actually, some of them are actually not that really sexy, and not even most people don't know about. There's only been 2 sexy ones. And that would have been the Hog deal and the MJ deal. Those are the only really 2 sexy ones. The 4 being my first time in court was I sued Easy Communications for breach of contract in Philadelphia when they fired me. And I had a guaranteed deal, and I didn't do anything for cause. I mean, literally, I was literally Q102, Bubba the Love Sponge. Here's WDAB Lookout Weekend. I know you're traveling on the Schuylkill Hill right now, but jam it going. That's right, 102.10. What were we? Q, the new Q102. Like, I was. Those are the kind of breaks I were doing. So they fired me because they didn't think I was any good. But there were certain things in my contract they could fire me for, like if I'd said some obscene or, a FCC violation or lost a client or something like that back then. And I hadn't done any of that. The program director was just a drunk and he didn't like me. and I, would sometimes push the envelope a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
average guy stuff.
Yeah, but it would be like song related. Like, it would be like something I would put in, something like on a title or something, or I would talk about my testicles or something like that.
Yeah.
So I took him to trial. I won that trial.
Yeah.
But that's not, that's my second trial was when a Florida Highway patrolman pulled me over. I was driving the Power Pig van, and they said they had airplane surveillance on the Sunshine Skyway, and I knew for a fact that I wasn't speeding because Lummy Mark Chase, like, even if you were Bubba the Love Sponge, didn't matter because there were 2 sets of rules. Like, nobody can have guests at night, and I could. And I had a key to the program director's office. They had a couch so I could get oral.
Your smash pad.
I drove motorcycles up and down the hallways at night, had chicks, it was like a fraternity party. And then, like the poor midday guy, Dave Mann, and Afternoon Drive, Hawk and Marty, they couldn't do anything, but they had to just show up and do their little show and then go home. They couldn't have, sluts and whores rubbing their vaginas on the microphone and then taking them back to the boss's office and getting oral. Like, so all the radio guys necessarily didn't like me because there was 2 set of rules, but there was one corporate rule that nobody was bigger than, and that was if you got a speeding ticket in a station vehicle, you were going to be like suspended for doing any type of promos or making any extra money for 6 months.
Wow.
That just because they didn't want their insurance, because it's business insurance is far more than just individual insurance. So they had they didn't want any wrecks or speeding tickets on their insurance. So
fair enough.
Even on the Power Pig van, Joe Mama Johnson actually had like a red China marker at 65 and said, do not exceed 65. There was like, that label tape that you can make.
Yeah.
Actually, on the odometer, it said, do not exceed 65 on the highway. So you kept it right there. Well, so I'm driving. I'm not speeding. If I was speeding, acting like Bubba the Love Sponge, and I'm all that in a bag of chips, bitch, I would say I was hanging 10, going 80, because I'm Bubba the Love Sponge, about to get mines.
They got limiters in most of them now.
Yeah.
Like the Bone vans can only hit one of them 65, one of them 70. There's another one that didn't have a limiter, and we made great time whenever we drove that van.
Right. Well, you can make great time all you want, but if Joe Mama Johnson found out you were speeding, bitch, Bubba the Love Sponge or not, you were not going to be able to drive that vehicle for 6 months, which means you maybe not be able to do gigs. Now, I got to be so big time that I didn't even have to drive. I just showed up, and this was one of my first years working there. Where I hadn't established the king status yet.
Of course, yeah.
So I still did drive the vehicle. Like my first year, I was establishing my kingship. From year 2 on, I just showed up at the client's place. They had to have a tent set up with a recliner and a fan. and a cooler full of Sunkist Diet. that was my rider.
Nice. It's like his diet.
So I get pulled over by the FHP on the bridge. This is my second trial. I get pulled over, and this guy walks up to me and he goes, I cannot believe how fast you were. I'm like, how fast? I'm like, officer, and you guys know that I may be a dick on the radio, and I may be, to act like I'm all that, but boy, when I deal with law enforcement, I am an absolute gentleman. Like I have a law enforcement foundation. Like I really, really, really. I mean, would you not say, let me out of all the one of the things that we're noted for is the supporting of law enforcement.
Of course,
right. I mean, Seth, even when you worked the competition, I think you guys probably knew that I support law enforcement, and I have a foundation that takes care of the widows of law enforcement.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's my gig. That's, my Bubba the Love Sponge Foundation. We try to do law enforcement donations. Like I bought the Manatee County Sheriff's Department canine units. I bought their dogs all bulletproof vests a few years ago. And if there's a police officer locally around here that dies in the line of duty, I then come in and get with the sheriff and the widow and get immediate financial risk, usually $5,000 to $10,000, based on what we have in the account. I try to get that immediately to the widow because, a lot of times her husband or boyfriend, who was a police officer who lost his life, a lot of times she's a stay-at-home mom and he's the breadwinner, and she has no ability to pay her bills because the state benefits sometimes take up to, after the paperwork and the death certificate, a lot of times it takes, 2 to 3 months for her to get her husband's benefits, and they don't have 2 or 3 months to pay the bills. So yes, the family, usually the community, gathers around and gathers money, and my foundation is one of which that always I make it immediate within first 2 weeks. I make a financial, I make a donation to the widow. So I am this officer walks up. I cannot believe you think you can go that fast just because you're driving a radio station vehicle. That's what the guy says to me. Officer Giles. You might even be able to look it up, Lemmy. It was the trial was in Bradenton. And so I go, sir, I was going 65 miles an hour. If you can see right here on my odometer deal, it says you can't go over 65. Like he's like, that doesn't mean you can't go over 65. I had you at 85. I'm like, 85? There's no way I was going 85. I was in the far right lane, just following traffic. There was probably 5 or 6 people ahead of me. There's no way I wasn't going to sit there and take it. I'm like, there's no way I was going 65. Off, sir. He's like, I'll be right back. He comes back. He writes me, like
the biggest ticket he can.
Yeah, excessive speed. Just whatever, careless driving, whatever. So, of course, and you know what we're doing that day? I have an appearance at Kentucky Fried Chicken because Kentucky Fried Chicken. Hey, I made $500. Nice. I had to be there
in one day.
In 2 hours.
Hell yeah!
I was there. Awesome. I was supposed to be there. It was a lunch. It was like one of our lunch, gimmicks for Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I had to be there like 11:30 to 1:30, $500 cash, and I was like, and I had to do a couple of live call-ins, be like, thanks, Dave, man. Hey, it's Bubba, and we're down here at the KFC in Bradenton, right off the bridge, and we're giving away the first 100 people that come through the drive-through and say the Power Pig gets a free 3-pack, whatever the hell they're selling. So come on down, Bubba the Love Sponge live at the Bradenton KFC. First 100 people that say Power Pig, we're going to put a bumper sticker on the back of your window, and you get, lunches on us. It's 93.3 FLZ, Bubba Live. Thanks, Dave. I had to, first of all, I would do, when I would do remotes, I refused to do them live because I hate having to be somewhere and, so I would just go and call on my cell phone, and they would record them. Because I didn't want to be live. And then when I was supposed to go live, when I knew it was going live, I would just go sneak like around the corner so people couldn't see me.
Same.
Same with you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I hated it. I mean, sometimes they would have, sometimes the only place they could set up like a Comrex was in like the manager's office. So then I would be doing call-ins in this, this broom closet with the manager staring right at me, feeling like, I'm screwing everything up that they paid for.
Right. They had to have my money waiting for me before I walked in. They had to give me my money before I got there. I was such a dick. So, of course, Lummy, when I get on the air that night, at 7 o'clock on the Power Pig after I just got accosted by Officer Giles and dressed down and what do you think?
Officer Giles is a dick.
Bubba the Love Sponge, Power Pig. Guido, how many bitches we got coming over tonight? I think we got 3. Jessica Basketballs, Rhonda, and Wet Willie, Wendy. Maybe her brother Willie as well. Great, that's great. Well, let me tell you something. I was down there at Bradenton today giving away, listen, 100 people got free lunch because of me. Bubba the Love Sponge. That's right. 100 people, 100 ham and anger jobber dudes who probably wouldn't be able to afford.
Are you doing an impression of yourself?
Yes, it's very bizarre.
Who wouldn't be able to afford, lunch. Normally, I picked it up, put a Power Pig sticker on a deal, but on my way down there, this FHP cop named Giles, Officer Giles, Officer Geritol Giles. I was calling him old because he was old, and I was named, and I instantaneously, you guys know when I'm in Bubba mode, I instantaneously come up with a name
like Trump,
right? I instantaneously have like Seth. He's my F boy, and Lummy, you're my special needs deal. And
thank you.
Anna,
I'm just a bitch. I get it.
You're just a small.
Well, Lummy's your lummox.
Yeah, exactly. and especially when somebody has wronged me or something, I'm certainly going to have a name for you. And so I call this guy Geritol Giles. I said, it's amazing that he can even pass physical, because he's about 100, but he was like 65. He was like on the last year or two
before the pension.
Yeah, so he was like 58 or 59. And to me, I'm 36 at the time. I don't know.
Great age.
Yeah. So, Geritol Giles, let me tell you something. When he ran up to my car door to write me a ticket, he had a IV bag with him. I bet he pooped his pants, too. I bet he's a pants pooper. I just went on and
sick burn.
just made fun of him, talked about how stupid he was and how old he was. And then I have people call in and be like, man, I know Officer Giles. He's about 110. He's the worst. He's a dick. I hate him. Then I had one dude call in and go, because the reason why I know, because it's part of the lawsuit. I had one caller call in and said, let me tell you something. His daughter is about the ugliest girl in high school. I go, yes.
Dude.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know who his daughter is, but you say she's a dog. I bet you she's a dog if she looks like her dad. So, I mean,
So you wonder why you don't get a fair shake.
So he sues me for defamation of character and slander and all this stuff, and so the Power Pig is not scared of me being in lawsuits and says, well, hey, let's lawyer up. Let's get some good PR out of the deal. So it was like a 1-week trial. Greg Herring was my attorney, and my general manager had to come down and testify, that I'm, kind of wild, and, I test the boundaries of community, the general manager was just saying, yeah, we know what he does. He's a shock jock. And but Officer Giles is a public figure. Cops are public figures, and Bubba didn't say anything like he was gay, or he had
touch his kids.
Like herpes or any. Bubba didn't say he had any untrue medical condition. Bubba just called him names. Old, stupid, and that's it. That's we're guilty of calling him names, and under the First Amendment, it may not. Mr. Giles may not like it, and it may hurt his feelings. But if he's going to be a police officer in the public, he has to deal with that. And the jury found me not guilty, but awarded him $1. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So they found me not guilty, but but awarded him $1. So I don't know what that means, but I know I was not guilty. And so, Lummy, then the third lawsuit was one of the most famous lawsuits, and that's when we had Bubba's Roadkill Barbecue, and we killed a pig in the parking lot humanely. I'm sorry, let me say this. I had a professional hunter who had just trapped this pig on somebody's property as a nuisance animal, came down to the studio and slaughtered it, skinned it, barbecued it, and we ate it. And we broadcasted all of what I said earlier. Now, in the world that and by the way, I'm a card-carrying member of PETA right now, why I make these statements. I think I'm probably the only guy let me to be on trial for animal cruelty, but then be a PETA member.
That's right, they forgave you.
Because PETA knows that I.
They'll take anybody. They'll take Michael Vick.
Well,
you turn it around.
They're not going to take anybody. They know I'm sorry. They know that I would never do that again, and they just know that one got away from me. We probably shouldn't be. You shouldn't broadcast that on the air. But it wasn't illegal. It was very distasteful, but it wasn't illegal. But the state arrested me, put me in jail for a day, actually 3 hours. But I do got a mugshot, Lummy, which mans me up even more. I mean, Lummy, have you ever been arrested?
No.
Right.
It's also going to be a billboard, too, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been billboards. It's been album covers. It's been,
That's right.
Maybe, Lummy, we should print up some of my booking photos and start selling those. I mean, we sell everything around here. Tennis shoes, perfume, cologne, please.
It's coming soon.
By the way, I did let the merch crick let the shoe deadline go to 5:05, just knowing how the Bubba Army is. And Lummy, somebody did order a pair at 5:04.
Nice.
You procrastinating mother effers. Anyway, the Air Bubba Trump-inspired high top tennis shoe is no longer available. They are being manufactured. Lummy, I did get the fact that they can make me cleats.
Awesome.
Now I need to get a very specific number and sizes from the two coaches you're dealing with and Dan.
Yes.
Because I'll do a cleat run.
Perfect.
Okay.
Not trying to squirrel you. I know we got a lot to talk about with Seth's pollen and the business cards. But I can't help but I got a lot of monitors over here. And every time Seth puts his arms down, he's not wearing a shirt under his jersey. And he has a lot of hair.
Is he
Bubba.
doing like a Freddie Mercury? Is he doing a Freddie Mercury gimmick?
I'm wondering what's going on. I look over and Seth's like chest hairs all just popping out.
Seth, what are you trying to do here?
I got like
this going on.
Oh God!
What do you think?
I'm sorry, Bubba. That was kind of distracting.
We're gonna get banned on Twitch.
What are you, Bert Kreischer?
No,
what
it's just.
What are you doing? What are you doing? A Jewish Bert Kreischer?
I mean, is there a market for that?
While Bubba is eating whatever the merch chick brought him for lunch, go check out all our great Bubba Army merch at BubbaArmyStore.com.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We'll be back after this.
If I need a fan, it was just I was sweating a lot and I just didn't want to, I don't want to be a bitch, so I just derobed.
I think it's your hormones.
What do you mean? Like I'm horny? Or like I got PMS?
Like you're getting old and your hormones are fluctuating.
He's going through menopause.
Like male pause.
No, Macho said it's hot in here too.
Macho's always hot.
That's a lot though.
He wears the least amount of clothes and he's hot.
Okay. No. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's a little unfair. When Macho doesn't wear clothes, no one complains. But we can see people are like, we have a problem.
Yeah, I don't want to get us banned, but I also, it's hot in here.
So take off all your clothes.
It's just, it makes sense. I don't want to be like this. Trust me, I'm not proud of anything that's happening. I just need to be comfortable.
Right.
To do my job at the highest level.
I understand.
What's up, Organic Gene?
Well, I got Kevin at 8:30.
Today?
Yeah.
He's coming in?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have Stein too?
No.
Oh.
Oh shit, I definitely better button
President Trump is Stein.
Pardon?
Kevin Trump Stein.
Trumpstein?
Kevin Trump Stein.
Oh.
What's up, David Slave?
Oh.
Three-piece chicken, David Slave. KFC pizza.
Yay, birthday present.
Sorry for the nip slip, everybody.
It's too bad I don't have those Bubba Army pasties anymore for you.
Oh my god. I'm sure we can do some makeshift ones. There's some stickers around here somewhere.
I'm not ready for pasties right now. I really just.
You want some Band-Aids?
I just a part of my self-esteem to remain intact.
Self-esteem is overrated.
I just need a little. I don't need a lot. I just need a little.
Yeah.
I'm barely hanging on to that much right now.
Yeah,
so.
same. Yeah. I feel you, motherfucker. I feel you. Do you feel like self-esteem is very transient? Like, you'll have it at maybe 8 p.m. or 8 a.m., but then by like 10 a.m. you're feeling quite shit about yourself.
Yeah.
And then maybe you might have just like a taste of it later in the afternoon. You're thinking about something, you're like, okay, I'm capable.
Yeah,
and then by 5 p.m. you're like, I'm a piece of shit. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
that fluctuates. It's never just a main.
Yeah, same. So Skippy. Why do I hear myself?
We've watched our country take a great beating over the last 3 years. And nobody knows that things would be possible.
Skippy. Do I drink green tea? Not really. I don't really like the taste of green tea. I know it's like good for you and shit, but
All right.
hard pass on the deal.
So that's back to McConaughey now.
All right.
Pops your shirt
All
open.
right.
Yeah, Stein's been crushing it. What's up? I got YouTube and Rumble up over here. Seth chairs probably smells great. Who the fuck is thinking about what my chair smells like?
Steve Coco.
That's Coco?
No, just Steve Coco. That's his
Oh.
name. He's thinking about it.
What up, 69? What up, Gene? What up, Grouper Lips? Oh, man. What's up, Storage Shed? Oh, Lord. Hey, Tina. Tina. Organic Gene. Spencer Squared. Decap is stepping to Daniel Rose. Hey, Tampa Terry, did you make a fake Seth account on Instagram?
Decap can't step anywhere.
What's that?
Isn't he paralyzed?
Yeah, I guess.
Who? Tampa Terry?
No,
Decap. Did you ever meet Decap?
Yeah, I was here when he was here.
I
Decap, hold on, Decap's paralyzed?
Yeah, it's his fault, but we can't make it.
What up, Lunger?
Hold on, what do you mean it's his fault?
Supposedly he was all high and shit and smashed into someone's car.
Oh,
Thank
is this
you,
when he's
Shreya.
driving the ambulance?
No.
Really soft.
Hold on. Decap's the kind of motherfucker, though, that would fake paralyzation.
And sue everyone.
What? What
Yeah,
up,
no
Jay
shit.
Bowler?
That's why
Really?
Yeah.
I regret admitting that him and I have a
What
lot
up,
in common.
Van
Not in terms
Orlando?
of litigiousness, but just
you're
he's
Jewish
a
and
South African Jew. Like, what the hell?
I mean, he's already threatened to sue Rhett, so
For what?
defamation.
What did Rhett say that anyone else on the show has it?
Exactly.
I saw the Kelsey retirement thing.
Sad.
That's sad that he's retired.
No, it's just sad to see it. It's just sad the players love the game so much and they don't miss the daily grind. They miss the camaraderie. They miss the
That really pulls at your heartstrings.
No,
for
I mean,
9/11.
they miss the day-to-day
Nothing for 9/11.
Listen, motherfucking, they missed the going to the locker room and seeing their boys every day.
You got Bubba live now. If you go through withdrawals later, get your fix at BubbaArmyHQ.com.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Now back to the BRN.
God, I all that and more, Lummy. I'm gonna give me some more stuff. Write me some more stuff, guys, so I can send it to her because she's great. And they're produced so well. Thank you, Big Woody, and thank you, Macho Man, for producing those. They sound great. They really sound like, it was starting to sound stale.
I need more rated PG stuff. We have more stuff that's kind of like just for the website that we can't do FCC stuff with, so we could write some stuff that's more PG.
Write me anything for her. She doesn't charge that much. She gives me kind of a discount because I know her husband, and she sounds great. By the way, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's right. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp.com. A lot of us spend our lives wishing that we had more time. The best way to squeeze that special thing into your schedule is to know just how important it is to you and make it a priority. Don't be lazy. Therapy can help you find what matters to you so that you can move and do more for it and more of it. If you're thinking about starting online therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. It's pretty easy. Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/BTLS. When you use the /BTLS, that's going to get you 10% off your first month. It's very important. That's BETTER, BetterHelp, HELP.com
/BTLS.
Perfect on that, Lummy. So anyway, I would like to make sure that nobody interrupts me, and I make sure that everybody understands that this show, I'm a shock jock. I'm one of the last remaining shock jocks, and so I'm supposed to say shock jockey things. And I feel I've gotten a little soft in the shock jock area, so maybe I need to start being more, over the top and more shock jockey. But the 9/11 discussion probably got away from me a little bit, and I apologize if I offended anybody. I certainly love my country and my reflection upon being a martyr and trying to have people feel sorry for me instead of 9/11. It was completely, quite frankly, selfish. I'm so sorry.
Anything to say about Jesus or God or anything like that, or you stand by all those comments?
Well, Jesus and God they both kick ass. Oh,
okay.
Those cartoon characters.
What about Allah?
Allah's a good dude. I heard.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's a good dude.
Cool.
Allah, praise Allah.
Dr. Dan says every Christmas his family sings happy birthday to Jesus.
Right.
So.
Of course Dan does. Let's talk about the other non-Christianly things that Dan does. That Dan does.
That Dan do.
I'm just not hypocritical about it. I don't sing happy birthday to Jesus because I don't really care that it's Jesus' birthday. Because I don't try to live my life according to what Jesus said is good or bad.
I think that's apparent.
I just try to live my life to be good. I just try to live my life to have fun for myself, to get laid a lot, and to make sure my family's okay, even though my son hates me. and hold on, and to be able to provide a living so I can make my truck payment and my apartment payment. And maybe, and every couple months or so, be able to save a little bit, be able to put $300, $400, $500 away here and there, maybe after I pay the bills. But I'm able to come in here and do what I love, and I love radio. And I don't know. I think every one of us love doing. I guess you don't even really call it radio now. I think every one of us love creating, a show type content.
Yes.
I think we like that.
Even though it may not love us back at times, we love it tremendously.
I think we love to put on a show. We like that. And at this point, at this juncture of this business template that I have, we're able to make a living.
Yes.
Not a good one. We're probably lower middle class, even me, the owner. But hey,
We're on a path to middle class.
It's only, Lummy, I think last year there was only one sketchy time where I was afraid about making payroll.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm able to make payroll every couple weeks, and we are able to sit back here and have fun.
Yes.
So,
thank you, and thank you to all the listeners that support us.
And doing all that, I don't know how much Jesus and God has to do with any of that. I don't know if Jesus and God even know I exist. I don't even know if there is a Jesus or God. So, but what I do know is there is a me, and I need to work.
I think, therefore I am. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I think, therefore I am.
That's very Descartes of you.
And so people that work for Therefore I Am are relying upon me too. And I think that as of now, I'm able to take care of those sort of Therefore I Am's through various digital means, various terrestrial means.
Don't forget them high tops.
Don't forget the merchandising wing of my show. We have, of course, the Bubba Army HQ.
Yes, we do.
Which is kind of like the Netflix or like my library of my work, if you will. So, or you can just go to YouTube and go search the Bubba Army and watch some of our goofy-ass videos.
Or sign up for the OnlyFans.
No, I'm not really promoting the OnlyFans.
Well, people are wanting to get into it, Bubba. I don't think you were in here the other day when a guy was trying to find out the password and Lummy couldn't tell it to him.
I know
that story about you.
You are so
no, but Lummy.
You want a password to my OnlyFans so bad, and there's not a lot of content on there. I've kind of neglected it.
I was told to not watch the video of Caitlyn and
Brandon the
Quad.
Okay, I will tell you.
So I was told
on my OnlyFans account, which is the Bubba Army on OnlyFans, there is 3 clips of Caitlyn Hatley having sexual intercourse with Brandon the quadriplegic. She does it yearly. Every year when we do our bar party in January, that's her donation to the. And let's just be honest. Yes, there's people like John Costica and Chuck and Leslie and just some big, Creatine Travis and Justin, Big Red and Napa Mike. I mean, we got a hierarchy.
Yeah.
We got all. We got these people who really, really financially support the show. Shivering Syrianist, just Kenny Press.
Tampa Terry said Brandon screws the hell out of her.
And Joe from the West Side. Bubba Light. We got people that really, really financially support the show. Financially. And that's why we're here today. Thank you.
Mark from Tarpon.
And we have Mark from Tarpon. Don't forget Papa White's Hot.
Topics.
Are you scheduled for a second appearance at Topics? Or
I don't know. Maybe during
was it a one and done?
No,
Are you ready to Tropics like it's hot? Well, get ready for Saturday, January 20th, when Lummy will be hosting the grand opening for Tropics Tarpon Springs. The Taricos brothers have done it again with their latest addition to the Sponge Docks.
Man. If the decor in that place is not circa 86, they have missed the ball.
It's a little more updated. But
anyway, Lummy, I'm just saying, we're able to make a living, and we're so very, very thankful. And there's different ways to support the show. Let's just say you're listening to me on 103.1 in Orlando right now. Thank you. Continue to do that, and then listen to Don Miller later today.
And please send money, Venmo, Cash App, at the Bubba Army.
But if you have an extra $10 rolling around and you really love the show, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal at the Bubba Army. Or maybe you don't want to give me $10. Okay, that's no big
I'll
deal.
sell for $5.
No. Just go to our YouTube channel and start watching the goofy videos. We get slivers of we monetize our. We have almost 110,000 subs.
Oh yeah, we're close.
And we're kind of big. We're kind of big time on YouTube. Oh, by the way, I just shot this YouTube video, and this is the big pollen practice caper. You ready, Lummy?
Yeah, I'm ready. I can't wait to watch it.
So Seth and I are outside. Look at him.
You can see this is kind of a palmy area, which is why I put my car here.
So hold on. What if we made, rather than all this spray off Willie and stuff, we just see most radio personalities don't have their own white Triz compound. We have our own. See, Lummy, on brand. We got a pallet box laying over there. We're not. We're clean, but we're a little cluttered.
There's always things going on here.
Yeah, we always got things going on. We got major things going on right now. Don't you, Lummy? Can't you see that we're always in a constant state of flux?
Yes.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to, you know what? I think I got everything in this building. The back FM studio's built. The podcasting world's built. The part up front we're working on's done. Studios is how I like it.
Do you think this is a projection of who you are as a person?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm constant in a state of flux.
Do you ever feel content? Do you ever feel contentedness? Or does that...
Yeah, until I look in the mirror.
Okay.
But
Hey, this your parking. What, Lummy, what?
Well, we have a little bit of flux. I guess we're getting some feedback on the new read. And Macho wanted me to let you know, I guess that when she came back, she said merch chick.
Yeah.
And not merch crick.
Who cares?
And I guess a lot of people are,
People are mad?
Yeah.
You may as well
Get
get your
over
money
it.
back.
Get over it. Poor girl didn't know.
No, it was a waste of time.
I mean, poor woman didn't know that we actually would call a woman a crick over a chick.
She thought it was a typo.
Yeah, honest to God.
She did the best
I
she
mean,
could.
poor woman.
Clearly they meant chick.
She probably stared at it forever.
99% of person that are reading for commercials, when they see you're talking about a woman, and you would think that you typoed it when you put crick, and you'd just say chick. Be like, oh, those goofballs, they didn't do spell check, Willie. They meant chick.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a merch crick. What is a cricket up there? Does Bubba have a big cricket up there that fills, or does he got a chick? He's got a chick. But Bubba calls all chicks cricks. So damn, it's crick. She didn't know that. The woman that reads those commercials doesn't listen to the show. She doesn't know anything about the Bubba world. Lummy, please shut up.
All right, Macho, that's your official response.
Well, because it's a lot of blowover. There's a lot.
So this isn't perfect either. Look, we got tables out front. You know.
Those are all the oak trees.
All right,
Oh,
so
look at that
there's
beautiful car.
like you're in a crosswinds almost right here.
Yeah, it's a big
All right.
problem.
Sorry. So he currently he doesn't usually park there now. If this is where the Diacos park sometimes.
Right here, yeah.
So Lummy, I think for years has always been parking in there. That's where he parks.
Yep.
Now. There's Gus.
Oh, Gus looks good.
Gus looks dented in or something.
Shut up.
Okay.
Nikki Peeled, $100. Cash out.
Kind of. Hold on now.
What's that? What?
Nikki Peeled, $100.
Oh, with the hottest wife ever
Love
known
her.
to man.
I love him too.
Neil Malplaisir, 15 on the cash out.
I should probably be checking my PayPal, but I'm not. I'm too enamored with Seth's walkthrough here. Stand by. Hold on. We kind of need Rhett. All right. So here's the deal. I need you to turn that hose on. We're doing a dry run. By the way, Lummy, 50 went William Motherly. Trey Bill.
Thank you.
Trey Bill and the PayPal.
God bless.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. Thanks. All the way on. Okay, now let's stretch it. All you radio guys, you're trying to emulate me. You're trying to go on YouTubes. You're trying to get big.
You're trying to Ross Paul off cars.
Hold on. You're trying to be me. You used to make fun of me because I was, Mr. Digital only. You said that I was only some radio personalities. Well, I'm just saying. Mike Calta used to say that we were so desperate that we were on a video game. How about that video game now, bitch? How about everybody trying to get on my tip right now digitally? Every one of you radio guys are trying to get on my tip digitally. Everyone.
Get off my tip.
Get off my tip because you know that regular radio, just you sitting back behind a microphone and them paying you anything over, I don't know, $35,000 ain't gonna cut it. And you can't make that big ass house payment on that, baby. So you better
1031 Orlando.
So you better get on that digital tip, bitch. Sorry.
It's okay.
Now let's stretch it.
Around the corner?
No. Let's no. I'm showing Seth how when he
how to use a hose,
how to de-pollen his car.
There's a certain way to do everything on it, I guess. There's a certain way to spray down a car.
Let's say that your car was where Rhett was. So this is Rhett's Tacoma 1987 Tacoma pickup truck. Okay. This is where your car is.
All right.
So yeah. Rhett, what are you four-wheeling it through tar? Like
Bubba,
what?
you just said we're poor to maybe middle class that all work here. What do you think we're gonna have in the parking lot?
But what's he driving? Rhett, what is that? Is that just
where on the gas cap?
No, right here. All this, like it's got herpes
water?
Herpes of the fender or something.
It was water.
Just like a little mud puddle, Willie. Let's see if Seth blows it off.
Because it's like a worn out gray plastic, so when it's wet.
So where does the pollen usually accumulate? It's more up. It's more up. Seth, you don't have to cover your mouth. Like you're not dealing with toxic chemicals. You're dealing with pollen,
dude. You know what? I haven't looked at chat a whole lot today, but I'm sure
you're gonna put pollen all
he
that.
was wearing a shirt in that video.
Yeah. Right now he looks
Came
like
off.
right now he's like Bert Kreischer. He's got his
took it off because the pollen.
Hairy ass. He's got his hairy ass chest hanging out.
And then hold on. Now go to the other side, the driver's side, because that's where you get in. Keep spraying though. Keep spraying. And you want to get that pollen off. You can do this every day.
I appreciate the free rinse.
Red, I mean, you got a free rinse job today, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, your car actually is cleaner than when you drove it here.
That's more than I've ever
And
cleaned
I like the little skip technique there, Seth. Seth, I like,
Very agile.
I like the hoppity hop. You ready? You ready? Well, hold on.
Keep spraying.
Like you're at the Bears and you're doing hop drills. Watch, look, hold on.
Keep spraying.
Ready?
And you want to get that pollen
There we
off.
go.
You can
There
do
we
this
go.
every day.
Sidestep.
Look at
Okay,
that.
now go up there.
That's, I mean, Lummy, that's great footwork right there, my friend.
Maybe USF can give me a walk-on.
And really spray that area. Yep, really spray that down. Yes. Because that's
See
where
that
the
Power Pig
pollen
sticker?
really accumulates.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Get that
I love the Power Pig sticker.
tire. Boom, and then you're done. So you've depollened your car. See?
Thanks, Bubba.
You're welcome. Honey, big hug.
No other radio DJ in the world would ever have a hose for a man like me.
But no other DJ would have a depollinization.
It's like a gun, baby. Bang, bang.
McFoley.
That's our Sethy.
Rob Green, $100.
We all got that done at the commercial break, by the way. We're doing content while we're supposed to be resting from content.
We're doing content while we're supposed to be resting for the next break. Like we're out here digging holes, and it's really that.
It's mentally taxing, Bubba, and you know that's the truth.
No,
I know we're trying to relate to the roofer out there swinging a hammer, sweating their D off.
I know, but you know, you're right. Do you notice, like, after I've done 2 shows, how I just want to leave? Like, I'm so the first one out of this building. I just want to go lay down.
Yes.
It's,
no,
I just, oh.
It's exhausting.
I understand.
It is.
It's just a lot.
So anyway, Lummy, back. I think I need to close out my my second trial was the hog trial. I'm 4-0, and I win that. The state of Florida says that Bubba the Love Sponge was not cruel to animals for entertainment. The jury deliberated for 52 minutes, and the state actually served ham sandwiches for the jury. We had the jury foreman on the next day, and they're like, he was on the air actually, and he was like, man, we were back there joking. It was crazy. I'm like, yeah, well, I was ready to go to prison for 5 years. And then let me, my fourth one was MJ when he said I called his wife a whore and all this kind of stuff, and he was all, he was all butthurt when we first came back to the bone on 10. See, I was off Tampa radio from 2004 to 2008. So for 4 years, and 2 of those years I was on Sirius XM doing afternoons, and so I was in radio.
Spike Fast Racing 1999 Super Chat. Next time do the Olympics to clean the pollen off the car.
I don't know if that deserved that, but I think maybe I got one on me. So, I make my return back to regular radio in Tampa on the bone, and my first, the guy that's number 1 currently. By the way, I take over for Calta, who literally has like a 1 share. They had him in the morning, and they actually came to me. This is a true story. You can ask Jay O'Connor. You can ask my agent, Tom Bean. They came to me and said, listen, you're taking over for Mike Cowhead. They're horrible. That's why we're bringing you in. Do you want us to fire him or not? And I said, no. Since you're just playing, 6 to 8 songs an hour on this classic rock station, the Bone at the time was a classic rock station, I just put him on afternoon drive, him and his crew. That was the worst mistake I ever made in my life.
Well, I wouldn't say the worst. One of them, probably.
I should have been the ruthless pimp that I am. Be like, yeah, fire that bitch. That's maybe what made me such a dick.
Maybe that good karma will come back and help you out one day.
I think I really, honest to God, I just got such a good feeling about 2024. I think we're going to explode this year. I got a couple different things I'm working on, one of which we just got, which was, being on 103.1, a real signal in Orlando, on a real radio station that's going to support, a really controversial men-skewing talk show. Listen, not every radio company has the balls to have a Bubba the Love Sponge and his cast of characters on the air. Not everybody. We're not for everybody.
Certainly
we're still somewhat very scary in today's woke ass liberal world. corporate America, stupid ass carbon fiber, carbon print. Just don't. Don't some corporations? There's this guide that your SGA score or something like that, which is like
ESG.
Yeah, your ESG score on how woke and how isn't that how some corporations, like, that's the only thing they care about is their ESG score?
Yeah.
Environmental, social, and governance.
That requires you to worry about the climate and to worry about not being having controversial people working for you and everybody just getting along and there's no complaints and nobody. It's just a bunch of woke ass snowflakes.
Guidelines.
And I think the media should be the last people to have to worry about an ESG or EAG score. We need to be the pioneers of free thinking and editorialization and journalism and not being afraid to say certain things and not being afraid that people are going to cancel you. But everybody's so afraid now. I'm so afraid. But I think we're going to pop in 24. I got that one project that you guys know. I actually have a hard release date on it, which is looking like the first week of October.
Nice.
Like, the project is almost completely done. They're just tweaking it and doing some reshoots. But that's going to hit. I mean, let's say that
that's definitively?
Yep.
Nice.
Then, let's say we pop in Orlando. Let's say we pop in Orlando.
Nice.
And we're fairly rated, and we're like, let's say we're top 3 men 25-54 because poor Orlando hasn't had a real shock jock / real men skewing morning show. I'm not saying anything bad about my competition. I love Russ.
Yeah, it sounds like you are. I like that.
I like Russ. Me and Russ text, but he knows I'm ruthless. He knows I'm gonna win. He knows I'm good. He knows I'm a legend.
Sound like DJ Khaled.
He knows it's coming.
He does.
Everybody knows it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming. Even people in Tampa now are trying to do their show live on YouTube in the morning. Trying to go digital. There's morning shows in Tampa that are trying to do what we do, and that's juggle digital and terrestrial at the same time. I was laughed at it. And now you're like a little bitch. You're doing it. But you're not doing it very well. And you'll never get anywhere with those numbers. You might as well turn it off now, you puss boy.
Jesus. He's not bitter, folks.
Oh, man. This is great.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Katie Powers.
Anybody else see Sting's final match? Shout out to Gary Cantrell and John Seening for hooking me up. Did you ever like the Stinger, Lummy?
No, I didn't like Sting. I was more of a... he was in WWE. I was more of WWE when he was in WCW.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Stone Cold, The Rock.
They let Ric Flair take a bump, Ricky the Steamboat Dragon.
They bring back Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So he was in Survivor Series. So
Just trucking. How about you give us $10,000 and we can skip the commercials this hour? What up, Chub Woody? Yeah, glad you liked it, Berto. It was fun. It was quick. I don't really watch AEW, but Darby Allin is something, man. That first, just when he jumped out of the ring right to start the match, it really set the tone. What up, Jeff? What up, Felix? Do you really dark match? Everybody hates Goldberg for some reason.
Felix.
Goldberg's son just signed with. Lummy, did you see who Goldberg's son signed with?
I thought it was Georgia, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in Georgia. Yeah, Sting, man, I forgot how much I like Sting. The blonde hair. I mean, that was like, I don't know, was it NWA before WCW?
Oh, no, never mind, I'm wrong. Looks like he was going to, and then he switched over to Colorado. He signed with Colorado.
Oh, Colorado?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Goldberg, or Dion's son, or Dion's going to be coaching Goldberg's kid. Yeah, it was NWA. Okay, yeah, NWA used to watch it with Sting, Ric Flair, the Steiners, the Four Horsemen. I mean, that's why I think they wrestled in North Carolina. I think that's where they spent a lot of their time back in the day. Yeah, Goldberg's. Yeah, Bret Hart hates Goldberg.
Joe.
Doesn't wear shoes.
Oh. About getting arrested. Who's Radar, Jeff?
The guy from MASH.
The guy from MASH?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched MASH. Is he cool? All right, sounds like he's not.
Yeah.
Sounds like an insult. All right, got it. Stone Cold versus Goldberg? Man, I wonder if Goldberg like refuses to lose matches or something.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have a lot of friends in the industry. But I mean, he was definitely a phenomenon the way they built him up back in the day. I mean, they did a perfect job of building him up. Wow. Yeah, Cody Rhodes is like the face
we might hit 1,000 on Twitter.
I know, it just keeps growing.
Tomorrow when we do it, we need to make sure we put live on there. It's just say Bubba the Love Sponge Show live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, when you scroll by, it says live on the views, but you
I know.
in the title?
Yeah, the title.
Okay.
I bet Sting was getting some real air on his Stinger splashes in UEF, man. When they were showing his highlight package. I like broccoli, Steve. I eat broccoli a lot. Yeah, then John said he told me to watch Will Ospreay match. Tell you what, man.
Is Kevin coming in at
Yeah.
3:30?
She's ready to have a smart person to converse with.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to see Kevin.
She's a Kevin Mark.
I was always a Kevin Mark.
You know, but like.
Does it bother you? I'm a Bubba Mark too.
You're a fan bitch.
I am a fan bitch.
Did he win when he ran for the thing?
No, he wouldn't be here.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
How the fuck would I know?
Oh my.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
After the show, make sure to check out BubbaArmyHQ.com. It's all things Bubba 24/7. And now back to the BRN.
Alex Stein, whose good friend works with or is like really good friends with Elon Musk. And when Elon bought the company, like in late December, early January, whenever he bought it, he was like, listen, if you've been banned, we'll have everybody unbanned by like, January or something. and so we put in the, this is a year ago, we put in the unbanned request nonstop. Like every day they would be like, we'd put another request in, and they were like, we're reviewing your request. We're reviewing. Well, they weren't. Not only not were they not reviewing it, they weren't ever going to give it back for whatever reason. And there were, Roger Stone and Alex Jones, like a lot of controversial people were getting their Twitters back. And Lummy, like way more controversial than us, and we weren't getting our Twitter back.
No, we were
not.
not.
Finally, Alex Stein's friend, who was having lunch with Elon, called Alex and it was like saying, hey, I'm having lunch with Elon. And there are videos of Elon, and I think Alex Stein just did a video with him talking to Elon.
I haven't watched it, but that looks like the title. I don't know if they were talking in spaces on Twitter or something.
No, they were actually talking to each other on like a
phone or
like a speaker phone.
What was that? What was that app that everyone was using? Clubhouse. It was like a Clubhouse thing or something.
Whatever. I think I saw something fairly recent on one of Alex's feed of him actually talking to Elon.
You did, and Elon laughed.
He sent word to Elon that there's an account called at the Bubba Army. It's his good friend, and for some reason we can't get unbanned. And literally the next day we were unbanned. Lummy, we're at 967 on Twitter right now. We've this is like a. Usually we only do 100.
Quick, pull a hooter out, because anything goes on Twitter.
Quick, pull a hooter out, because anything goes on Twitter. You're the one that's got your shirt wide open like your Bert Kreischer. Why don't you give them a full-blown spaghetti Jewish chest willy? Why don't you give them one of those
That
right
sounds
now?
ultimately disgusting. Why? Because I aired my chest out during one segment of my Bert Kreischer. I don't drink at all, okay? And I'm definitely nowhere near as funny as he is.
But you had the
he's not
hotness.
Yeah, you're right. You're funnier.
You're funnier.
Yeah.
You're actually funnier. He does. That guy blew up over nothing. I mean,
good
what?
laugh.
Whatever.
I just
who
knew
the hell made him who the hell made him rich and famous?
Your buddy Joe Rogan.
Jesus. Oh, really?
He contributed.
I need to get with Joe and say, Joe, give me some rub, kid. Like, if we got rub from Joe, would we be instantaneously way?
Certainly help.
Could we
do his podcast one time?
Let me ask you a question, Rhett. If I did his podcast one time, and he's a friend of mine, could we times 10 all of our deals?
I don't know about times 10, but we would see significant growth.
Yeah.
We would probably get a couple extra 1,000 followers and subscribers on a lot of platforms.
If you're driving around and you're listening to us terrestrially, even if you're like Fort Walton Beach or whatever maybe Phoenix, I don't know where the hell you are. Go to our Twitter account right now. It's at the Bubba Army, or it's Twitter/X, whatever you call it, and follow us. But more importantly, click on the live link, because you can watch it, and we throw our live show up every day on Twitter.
We could do a straight X-rated show just for Twitter.
We could.
Yeah.
It might have helped. Rhett and I were passing out a lot of stickers last night at the game.
Now hold on. Could we? That's another thing we have to talk about. Could we?
And the business cards.
Like Seth, could I get with some maybe some Oz Day girls?
Yeah.
And pay them each, a couple $100 to come in here and just swing their boobs all around town. Just kind of like old school Bubba. I'd have a girl in Lummox's spot. I'd have a girl in
my spot.
and have him in here just
swinging?
Taking their boobs and swinging them and talking dirty and maybe dildoing. I mean, can you do that on?
Right. I mean, to my knowledge, anything goes on Twitter. I don't know if they put a restriction on the lives, but
man, we're 2 from 1,000.
Let's go.
Oh
my God, a big train whore if we get to 1,000.
But I can't see them.
Please.
I can't see them taking your account away if you did have chicks swinging it. On just a Thursday afternoon.
I mean, I think you can watch full-blown porn.
Oh, you can.
On Twitter.
I've seen it.
Well, you definitely can.
1,005. Jesus. My Lord. God. Let's get digital. Bitch.
No, you definitely can. I mean, it's the Wild West on Twitter, but I think there may be certain rules for live streaming. I'd have to honestly look more into it because I don't know.
Will you look live into it for me?
I will look live into
We
it.
want to know if we can have swinging Hooters
Or would it
not.
be better to tape all this and then, well, we couldn't even delegate it where there's only one place it could live. Well, I guess maybe our OnlyFans. We could go live on OnlyFans and Twitter.
Can we go live? I don't know if we can go live on OnlyFans.
All right, but we would tape it.
Okay.
We would tape it, and then we could put the tape portion.
But you're in the sex business again, aren't you?
I think we need to get back in the sex business.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, not putting that sexual stuff on like Rumble or YouTube or Facebook or Twitch that could get us in trouble.
Wait, I thought you were trying to show.
But if we got, we got 109,000 followers on Twitter, and if I can get chicks in here to take them right around the farm and swing the boobs and do nursing and just all the cool stuff I could get these girls to do for $50 or $100 and have to sign the full releases and everything. And if it's legal on Twitter, why wouldn't we do that?
I'm with you, man,
and be okay. Not only do we do a rated PG/R show on live on our various places, terrestrially, of course, Orlando 103.1, Ocala 101.1, 103.1 in Fort Walton Beach, AM 820, and Tampa. I think we're still in Phoenix.
Oh, of course we are.
So we have a show that's tempered for that. And then that show is obviously visually seen on Rumble and YouTube and Twitch and Facebook.
I would have to
locals.
I wouldn't be able to be in here for the boob show.
Yeah, listen, I don't want you in here. You'd make it awkward. You'd weird the girls out.
I'd have to go full Manson on you. I'm sorry.
So this is directly from the X rules, just for this as a platform.
Mm-hmm.
So this is updated as well.
Okay.
Sensitive media. You may not post media that is excessively gory or share violent or adult content within live video or in profile or header images. So we can't have, obviously, anything in your header or profile, but they don't allow that stuff on the live video. And I think that's because of the monetization aspect.
So hold on.
Come on, ELON.
So hold on. You can't do it live, but I think you can tape it and throw it up. Oh, still.
You can throw some boobies up there, every now and again. I don't know if I can say that on the radio. I apologize.
Yeah, you can say boobies, knockers, top sops.
I think you can film some stuff like that and throw it up there as a teaser every now and again. But if we were live doing that, it could be a red flag for them. But I mean, as long as we're not taking any risks with the platforms we know work for us, then I'm cool with whatever.
I mean, remember when we used to do topless boxing, Lummy?
Yeah.
Stuff like that's fun.
Topless boxing, and remember we would do topless where we make them do like bowling, all top.
Lummy was he was the announcer for topless boxing. What was your name?
Lummy Von Softcock.
Cox.
Hold on.
COX. Yes.
Lummy.
Yes.
Lummy.
Yes.
He's ready to do a Twitter-only show.
We were saying it back then. I mean, it was COX, so I didn't know how to spell it.
That's not. That's Cox. COX.
I have a speech impediment. I'm very sorry.
Lummy, that's Cox.
Went for the alley-oop, and he hit his head on the backboard.
God, you're so dumb.
I have a speech impediment. Doctor prescribed.
No,
yes,
you
I
don't.
do.
Doctor prescribed speech impediment.
Let me. Doctor notated, not doctor
See, I'm
prescribed.
an idiot. You can't take anything I say.
Doctors don't prescribe. Okay, you know what? You speak normal now, but I'm going to prescribe you to have a speech impediment when the minute you walk out of this room. As long as you have this prescription in your wallet, you're going to have a speech impediment, okay?
I'm sorry.
Be stupid.
I've never heard Lummy work the speech impediment angle before, though.
Yeah, I've
I
never
try to
even
keep
heard.
that secretive.
Lummy, you don't have a speech impediment.
I'm sorry.
I know. I am sorry, too, that you think we would buy that.
I buy it.
You don't have a speech
I can get my
impediment.
doctor to give me a note. Dr. Dan's here Friday. I'll have him bring it in.
Like Dr. Dan's, he has the ability to diagnose whether you have a speech impediment. He's a plastic surgeon. He can put knockers on Anna. He can't diagnose you for a speech impediment.
He looked at my tongue and could tell it was heavy.
Oh, shut up. Lummy, you're further bearing yourself, and your bottom line zookeeping right now.
I'm sorry.
I mean, no, I am too. I'm sorry you think that.
The C Morning Zoo on Z100.
Not my Lummy.
But Bubba, I mean, that was my first time ever. But Bubba, my name is Lumix. I'm a stupid person.
doesn't mean
he's not wrong. That's the smartest thing he's ever said.
It doesn't mean that you just grossly mispronounce something that's COX versus COCKX.
Heavy tongue, Bubba. Heavy tongue.
All right, so just watch your P's and Q's when we're throwing it over to you. Okay.
He's got a disability.
Yes. All right, so we got 1,000 on Twitter. I'd like to get 1,000 on YouTube right now, and then 2,000 on Rumble.
Yeah, let's go.
So please, everything at the Bubba Army. So Lummy, you go to the USF ball game last night.
Yes, a lot of
and
fun.
you're hanging out with your new athletic director friends.
Yes.
And as we are now a recognized digital partner with the University of South Florida Athletics, we'll be covering their sports. We'll be having their players on the air. We'll be embedding ourselves into their practice. We got a lot of things planned with USF.
Oh, these poor players.
So Rhett comes to me today and says, well, you know what? I'll just let you two take it over rather than me do all the talking. I think you guys could better explain what you went through yesterday and why I will be hot over this whole deal.
Well, they also have the Fowler Avenue Collective. That is, they're big NIL guys, and they were all there.
By the way, the Fowler Avenue Collective, which is the fundraising alumni portion of USF Athletics, correct?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah, shout out to Nooch. But I basically said something along the lines of, man, you wouldn't believe how many people over the last couple of weeks have asked us if we have business cards. And we've had to say no and offer them a sticker.
Yeah, so
QR code on
these people in very high-ranking positions, whether it's the Fowler Avenue Collective, fundraising deal, as they are talking to us about doing things with them. And last night, Lummy and Rhett went to the game. They had great tickets. We're talking about doing something, some type of promotion for spring football.
Yep.
Lummy and Rhett's going to see if maybe when girls softball season comes around, I can take some batting practice with them. Just doing some stuff.
Yeah, different
when
things.
Spring football comes along, let us go out there and try to kick some field goals. Just, collectively embed our digital, the Bubba Army brand into helping and promoting USF athletics.
It's good they get it.
And isn't it refreshing? They're like, yeah, you're on AM 820. We're not even worried about terrestrial radio. We're not even working with our broadcast partner about these things. We want to do things with you. We feel your digital thumbprint is far more powerful than our broadcasting partner's thumbprint.
Yes, exactly.
So we're doing stuff with them. In Rhett and Lummy's dealings with these people, there's been a lot of times, several times in the last couple weeks, that the person that they're talking with in person says, hey, here's my business card. Do you got one? So, we got each other's information, email, and my guys have had to say, no, here's a bumper sticker that you can scan the QR code. And Seth Kushner, that's direct. I've taught you how to blow off your pollen today, and I've made arrangements for you to have the parking spot right across the hose bib.
Yes.
And later today, I'm going to take you back to my car compound and check your right front and your oil.
Yes, PSI 16.
I try to be a good friend of you.
Yeah.
I try to be a good boss. I don't micromanage you. I let you come and go as you please. You're able to break cards and do trading cards and shake John Costica down for a Magic Johnson rookie and all the flim-flam and stupid stuff you're doing behind my back. But you are the guy. When we were talking about doing business cards, I'm like, you know what? I think we should all have a business card. Because, there's some applications where you meet a person, like, here's my card. It's got my email on it. Maybe it has your cell phone number. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just has your email on it. But it has your name and your description and your title and what you do for this program. And so you're like, no, I don't want any business cards. I don't do business cards. Matter of fact, last 3 radio stations I've worked out, I got 5,000 business cards when I was Fisher and Bowie. I don't even use business cards. Business cards are stupid. People don't do business through business cards anymore. Count me out. No business cards for me, Sponjo. Am I not right, Lummy?
Yes, sir.
Lummy, I asked you. Lummy, think we should use a business card?
Yes, sir.
You're like, yeah, yes, sir, no problem. Well, I don't know if Dan was here, but I asked you, Rhett. Rhett, think we should do some business cards? Yeah, not only should we do some business card, but I got Pinecrest Printing that'll do them for us. Am I not right? That's what your answer was.
Yeah.
Anna, I don't know what your answer was.
I was for it.
And then F-boy over here talked me into not doing it.
I just thought that I was answering for myself, that I didn't need business cards. I didn't know that Rhett and Lummy were going to step out of this disgusting radio world and go into a world where you need business cards. They're talking to important people. I didn't know that was happening.
You got to handle some business sometimes.
I'm sorry, because they're not career lazy like you. Woohoo!
Steven
Stewart. They're out beating the pavement, bitch, trying to better the brand. About to get mine.
Steven Stewart, $100 for Lummy's speech problem. I bet Kevin has a business card.
Oh, hell yeah. Is he here?
He is.
Exactly.
Of course I do.
Of course he does. He's got several. He owns 10 different businesses.
Platinum, gold,
Yeah.
Ethereum, Bitcoin, business court. All
You know
Bitcoin,
what?
Yeah.
Listen, Kevin. By the way, Kevin Hazlett, the great attorney who's been with me probably as a guest.
Through thick and thin.
Well, not only that, but I think the longest.
The longest.
I think the Dr. Marks and the Diacos and the Brian Matronis and the Ginas. I think they all came after your initial appearance.
Yeah, they're the new kids on the block.
Well, exactly. And so, anyway, welcome, Kevin.
Thank you.
And it's very important to have a business card, Seth. And when you're important, maybe you don't deem yourself very important. Seth.
I don't deem myself important at all, and I apologize to Rhett and Lummy that they've had to go through that. Do you think maybe in the meantime, while we're waiting for those to get made, we can make those kind of things where you need guitar lessons and you kind of rip off, a piece, you rip off the phone number and you call them? Maybe like Rhett and Lummy can hand those things out that are hanging up at your local coffee shop.
Oh, Jesus.
You mean you're talking about
the little tabs?
The little tear-off tabs?
Yeah, it's just like a little thing. It's like, hey, here's our number, here's our email. We're working on business cards.
No, we're not doing tear-off tabs, buddy.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to help out in the meantime. I don't want...
Rhett, you know what? Don't worry about what Johnny Snowflake wants. Let's you and I meet today and get a Pinecrest order in, okay?
Okay.
I picture like an all matte black card, maybe with the Bubba Army logo in raised silver, and then I want him to look nice.
We could throw even the little QR code on the back.
Yeah. The QR code should be on the back.
Yep,
somebody
nice
give me a mock-up, and everybody gets them except Seth. Because you don't. Because Seth, I guess
it's like a lost cat.
Do you want them personalized or do you want them generalized?
No, I want them personalized.
Okay.
I want Rhett Fail.
Yep, they can do that.
Lummy.
Yeah.
And all of you are co-hosts, and then Lummy, you'd put something fancy in there besides a co-host, I don't know.
You said segment producer. I put that.
Segment producer and co-host, right? And Anna could be same thing, segment producer, co-host.
Yeah.
And then Rhett, you would be something like
video production,
chief editor,
head video / co-host. Macho would be like head engineer or operations manager.
There you go. That's a good one.
/ co-host. Me, president, CEO, co-host. And then Rhett.
You're a host, buddy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. President, CEO, and host. And then, Seth, you don't get nothing.
F-boy.
You're Johnny. I'm worried about the pollen that's collected up on my car.
That's a serious issue, and I would like you to take the money you're going to save on business cards and donate it to a charity in my name.
Shut up. You're so stupid.
You my sack.
You would rather me donate it to your stupid card shakedown is what you'd rather do.
Prism charity.
Yeah, exactly. So Kevin, it's been a while, and I was talking to you this week, and I'm like, hey, you want to be on the show? And this was Kevin's, because this is how pimps roll. Kevin goes, you know what? Let me check. I'll call you back. So he calls me back, and I love Kevin. Kevin's been a guest longer than anybody I've ever had a guest. Mostly under the guise of being an attorney. But now when we have Kevin on, we don't necessarily talk about, we can, but we also talk about Bitcoin, and you almost became a congressman here in this area. You're my friend. So it doesn't always have to be legal talk. I guess we'll open up the phone lines, 813-90-BUBBA. If you do have a legal question, in any way, shape, or form, Kevin will, if he can't answer it, he can certainly find somebody. There's a lot of times Kevin's like, you know what, I don't specifically do that law, but I got a great guy that does. So let me take you off the air, get your number. I'll get you that guy. Because, John McGillicuddy's been doing that for 15 years. And there's a lot of times, Kevin, you pretty much know, if you can't handle their legal issue, you know somebody that can.
I know a guy.
Yeah, you know a guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm talking to Kevin about coming on the show because it's been a while and I miss Kevin. And Kevin gives me the answer upon a call back saying, hey, I can only come in on Wednesday because here's what I'm told. Because I leave for Vietnam on Thursday for a month. Like, what? I leave for Vietnam. For me and my wife leave for Vietnam on Thursday for a month. So, Kevin, pray tell, my friends, Vietnam.
It's cool.
Yeah. Good morning, Vietnam.
I know.
Nice.
I mean, you just got back, I think, from Colombia.
I did.
What part of Colombia were you in?
Medellin.
Now, is it safe?
No. No, seriously. 33 U.S. males were killed between December 1st and February 1st.
So why did you? Why? I mean,
thrill seeker.
Yeah, Kevin didn't care.
He goes on safari, sleeps with the lions.
Are you and your wife at dinner and you're like, honey, listen, I know that we've been together for a while, but we got a new game, and can we make it back to our hotel room alive or not? I mean, it's a brand new rush.
It's kind of like Spanish Frogger. But no, but the one of the places we ate was a cartel-owned restaurant, and it was just amazing. Awesome food.
Was.
No, it was.
I know.
Probably.
I'm sure it was.
I got to think
It's
that
the safest place in town.
I was getting ready to say, I got to think that maybe the most safest places in town would be the cartel-owned restaurant, because the cartel isn't going to mess with that guy.
That's right.
Because it's a cartel.
What's that?
What cartel?
I don't know which one it was. I mean,
now, are there several cartels, like, because back in the day it was Pablo Escobar, and he was the, I guess, the main
Yeah,
dude.
in Colombia. With the hippopotamuses.
But hold on, during the Pablo Escobar era,
Right.
were there others too that were doing it on a smaller scale?
Yeah, but their life expectancy was a couple years.
Right. As soon as
Smaller.
Pablo found out about him, he's like, "Hey, Johnny Competition over there. We need to go ahead and take that whole operation out." Right.
That's right.
So, is there still cartels there?
There are. I mean, the coca plants. I mean, obviously they're still exporting cocaine, and it's done in the rural areas of Colombia, and it goes out, and people are aware of it. I mean, it's still a huge, we import a lot of it here in the U.S., obviously illegally, but they produce a lot of cocaine, and most of those cocaine production plants are done by like teenage kids. I mean, these are young, impoverished kids, very rural.
Are they just getting it to the bigger guy to get it out, because they're just on the front lines of growing it and making it? Probably,
and
right?
you can see all the documentaries, all the movies. It talks about it, and they bring them in submarines and all the ways to get out of there. But
now, can you, like, from your hotel room, look into the jungle and see where these cocaine plants?
So you can't from your hotel room, but I mean, within say an hour to 2 hours of most major cities, you can get into rural areas where that's happening. I mean, I remember we were there a couple years ago. It's about 10 years ago, and I had a guide showing us to different places, and because I like to kind of see like the stuff that is very
unseen by
authentic.
Right.
Like we went to the very nice stores and stuff, and I go, I want to go where the locals shop. Take me to the local market.
Now, when you go down there, you always have a guide, right?
Sometimes. I mean, this last time I didn't have a guide. I had a driver, so the drivers are pretty inexpensive.
Guide-like?
No, not well. They were a guide, but I just used them as a driver. They took us to where we wanted to go, and like for example, we were there for about 10 days. Driver drove us everywhere we wanted to go: airport, dinner, and when they drive you to dinner, they sit in the parking lot and wait for you. But like the cost of a driver for 10 days was $150 US.
Hold on,
for 10 days.
Per days or
for 10 days?
So like $12 a day.
Yes.
And that's drive me anywhere I want to go.
Yes.
And keep me out of the very bad areas.
Yes.
Know the terrain.
Exactly. Yes.
And know the good parts, the bad parts,
yes.
and
yes.
And yeah.
Yes.
For $12 a day.
Yes.
In a decent car.
Oh yeah, real. I mean, for their perspective, yeah. I mean, so here's the thing: a lot of people think that the accommodations thing are like third world. I'm telling you, where we stayed was like a South Beach-esque hotel.
On the water?
No, not in the water. The Medellin's in the valley, so
right.
It's surrounded by. It's called the city of the eternal spring because the average temperature is 72 degrees year round. It doesn't change. There's
nice.
one season. It's spring.
And aren't the women so beautiful? Not that you're looking because you have a beautiful wife, but don't they have very beautiful women down there?
A lot of prostitution, right?
Prostitution's legal, and they're everywhere. And the girls are very over. I mean, there's a lot of plastic surgery. So
all that really?
Yeah, and they don't wear a lot. We'd be at a nice dinner, and my wife is dressed very well, and certainly not like a school marm, but she's dressed appropriately,
like in a cute dress.
Yeah, but like And what the women were out, you're like, oh my Lord!
Made your wife look like she was on Little House on the Prairie.
Exactly.
Meanwhile,
That's
she's
what she
wearing
said.
That's what she said. Kind of a provocative dress for her.
But
it looked like it was like like she was wearing a turtleneck by their standards.
That would be it's so
so they're so scantily clad.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I think the part of the problem is the socialist country.
Talking about Colombia.
Yeah, Medellin, Colombia, and what's the other problem is that you've had. It's a socialist country. Economically, they're not doing very, very well. You've had a lot of influx of Venezuelans that have come in there. And,
do they have an immigration problem, too?
Well, they do. Because remember, in Venezuela, they were a very oil-rich country. And then the socialist government took all their money, and people were literally living on pigeons in the park. It's horrible.
Will go in the water and try to find Brazilian trash and eat it. Like it's really sad.
It's so sad. It's really, really, really
Hello,
bad.
who's this? Do you only taking legal questions for Kevin at this point? 813-90-BUBBA. Other than that, don't call me. But if you got a legal question, Kevin might be able to help you. Hello?
Jesus. Here's some meditation for you.
This guy's on some heavy equipment right now. Yes, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, I have a question, Kevin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, I have a question. It's not for me, it's for my son. A couple years ago, he got in a little bit of trouble while he was in college. He got charged with a controlled substance.
Was it cocaine, meth? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it kind of does.
It was still, it was, I want to say it was Xanax.
All right, so you guys, and what was the quantity of unprescribed to him Xanax?
Nothing. What happened was.
No, how many? Like, did he have 5? Did he have 5 or 5,000? Kevin, it matters, doesn't it?
It does.
Right.
He apparently sold 2 pills to this girl.
Okay.
And apparently she got caught with him. He was given. The cops were giving his name. They tried to.
And where? And hold on. And where did this happen? That's important too.
Palm Beach.
Okay, Palm Beach. So it's in Florida. Kevin has jurisdiction there. So Palm Beach, he's got 2 Xannies that he sells. What is probably an undercover detective, or maybe not. And they hem him up on two Xanny bars. To me, Kevin, that didn't seem like it would be that big of a deal. But I guess this guy's going to tell us what happened. So what happened?
So they charged him with 2 felony counts of controlled substance, selling controlled substance, and we got his attorney. They got him for the 2 charges. Now he hasn't been in trouble. He was released from probation early. The question I have is, when we went to see if we can get it expunged, now they're saying because it was 2 different charges, he could only get one of those charges expunged from his record.
See, that's why I'm gonna let Kevin answer it.
You've listened too long for this story, yeah.
But I have the authority by Kevin to say this. That's why when you're in the thick of things and you're talking to the DA and you're talking to the state about what you're going to get charged with and what's going to get dropped, you got to get Kevin on the front side, or you're not going to be able to get Kevin to fix it on the back side. Am I right, not Kevin?
It is, and it's. But before we say that, here's the problem. He got charged with 2 counts: sale and possession. And the sale of the Xanax and the possession of the Xanax is going to be my guess. And if there's 2 counts, if there's 2 separate dates, the problem is that a lot of times when you look at a case, you, the defendant, the client, is looking at how do I get out of the situation right now in the moment. And sometimes
they look super short term, right?
Yeah, but the idea was, oh great, only probation. Oh great, no felony conviction. Oh great, I'm not going to jail. Oh great, I'm going to keep my license. All those things are oh great. But I'm trying to model this. Okay, what happens when he graduates from Palm Beach Atlantic or wherever he went, and he wants to get a job, and now he's 32, and he's moving up to corporate, and they're doing a deep dive background check, and he's got these 2 felony offenses on 2 different dates, and I know by Florida law that he can only seal 1 of them. So I'm going to have one hanging Chad out here that he's going to have to explain for the rest of his life.
That's why you got to take care of that one hanging Chad on the front, right, Kevin?
Yeah, but in the way you try to do that is, if you have those, is you work a deal, and sometimes even if you go heavy on the short term and say, listen, I'm going to over-promise and over-deliver in the initial charge, knowing that I'm long-terming this case so that 5 years down the road, I can wrap this up in a bow and the client's going to be okay. Even if it means doing more things, more counseling, more community service hours, more fine, something. because that is being short-sighted as opposed to having less pain in the beginning.
So does this guy? Is he screwed pretty much?
Yeah. So what he did is he pled to 2 different counts on 2 separate dates. When you have 2 different dates of offenses, you can seal or expunge multiple counts as long as the incidents occurred on the same date. Otherwise, you got to pick your case to seal or expunge. And can I ask a question? Was it sale and possession or 2 possessions?
It was a sale.
See, the sale, and did they withhold on it?
Yes.
Okay. The good news about that's great work, by the way, which is on the sale, it's a second-degree felony. That's a mandatory adjudication. So good job by your lawyer. Good job there, because that means that your son is not a convicted felon. But with the sale and possession, they charged him, I assume, sale for the girl and possession when they found him later. So he has 2 counts on 2 different dates. So he has to pick the one to seal or expunge. Obviously, he's going to pick the more egregious one, which is a sale. But that's going to leave the possession hanging out there, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So, I mean...
Okay. So,
yeah, I mean, there's...
Does that make sense?
Well, it makes sense.
Probably didn't make you very happy, but you can't... I mean, Kevin, you're kind of stuck with what you got, bud. I mean, don't get mad. Don't hold that against me and, flip off the radio and get mad at me or nothing.
No, I've listened to you guys for years, back when Manson and all those guys were all there.
But we say it like it is.
I was just trying. I know that Kevin's a good lawyer, and I've heard him in the past. And
he's okay.
I was just trying to get the clarification because they told us that before. We just didn't know if that was true. And
No.
Wish we'd have known that. What the attorney could have told us up front that that was going to be the situation, but he never even.
Yeah, see,
that never even came up.
But that's the full service where you have that conversation and say, listen, here's the backside of this. And to give you a good example, I get a lot of times where I get a young man who's 18 to 25 gets possession of cocaine or possession of marijuana, whatever it is, and I get it situated where I get it dismissed either through PTI or something, and the case gets dismissed, and they go, well, let's get it sealed or expunged. And I'll go, let's wait. And they go, what do you mean let's wait? I go, let's wait until your son or daughter turns 32. Why would you do that? Because sometimes there's a second offense that's worse than the first, and you got to pick the right one to seal. And of course, like everybody in life, wisdom comes from making bad decisions. I remember early in my career, I used to jump on and go, I'm just going to seal this possession of marijuana. Who cares? Now you got this grand theft that comes down the pike when you're 28. That's the one you need sealed.
Right.
But if you did the one early on, you left yourself open, and that's why you got to do it that way.
That's why Kevin has about 50 Bitcoin right now, because he is so damn smart, my friend. Okay.
No, but you learn through the mistakes, All
right, buddy, listen, I got other people that need help. I appreciate you. Thank you. 813-90-BUBBA. Lummy, and now that we got Orlando, we got some big coverage. There's people that need help.
Yes, they do.
813-90-BUBBA, the world famous Kevin Hazlett, who famously defended me versus him and my other dream teamers defended me, and when they were trying to put me in prison for killing a hog. God, Kevin, I wish we do. You have the close to that? Do you have the
video on it?
Yeah, I'd love to put that on my YouTube channel.
I know, that was great.
Can we see if we can find that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was kind of in the moment at the time, as you know. I wasn't worried about videoing things. I was worried about keeping you. I was worried about
if it's a slide-handed Hogan deal or not. There.
No,
he was in the moment, Bubba.
Yeah, I was in the moment too. Killed me. Anyway, sir, go ahead. You're on with the great Kevin Hazlett. By the way, Kevin, you know what, Kevin? We need to probably give the office number out for anybody that if you're listening to the show and you like to call Kevin up. And pick his brain or retain him or tell him what your problem is. What's the number, Kevin?
1-800-LAW-5655. 1-800-LAW-5655. All
right, so go ahead, buddy.
Good morning, Kevin. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Good. Just a quick question for you. How come there's no St. Patrick's Day party this year?
Because I'm going to Vietnam. I took that money going to Vietnam.
Hell yeah, Kevin.
I was on a cruise last year and missed it, so I figured this year we're not looking at anything around St. Patrick's Day.
Well, here's the thing.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Can I guess? And you? All right, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Answer your question. Can I guess?
Go ahead.
And if I'm right, that you actually say, yep, you're right.
No, I'll tell you the way.
Okay. I think you and your partners got together and say, listen, the pumpkin patch deal is so successful.
Yes.
And has become such a huge monster in itself.
Yes.
And it's less problematic as far as serving alcohol.
Yes.
and people being on the roads after being at our place, and just the liability potential.
Yes.
That's because St. Patty's Day is an effing blowout. Like it is an absolute blowout, and you could see where something could potentially go awry there.
Correct.
Far more so than the pumpkin patch. So I think your partners got together and be like, you know what? Let's increase the pumpkin patch budget by like maybe 25-30%, and let's wind down the St. Patty's Day deal just strictly on headache and potential issues.
Well, that's plus. I mean,
No. Did I nail it?
No, you nailed it. And plus, the problem is, I feel, like you do, as everybody does. Sometimes you feel like you're taken advantage of a little bit.
Yeah.
So when you give away a lot of free stuff, and I'll tell you a funny story. So pumpkin party, we give away 1,500 pumpkins. Everything's free, beginning to end, soup to nuts. I mean, everything.
T-shirts, hot dogs, ice cream.
The idea
face painting, rock and roll band, food. All of it's free.
Is to give things, especially to folks that maybe could not take their kid to a fall festival and pay $150 to do
right.
So the idea is you want to do it.
You bring the fall festival to the person that may not be able to afford the fall festival.
Yeah, and that makes me feel good.
And you make sure your kids got, they get their face painted, they get their ice cream.
Sure. There's a butt coming along.
And the only, I'm sorry, is there a butt, Kevin?
Oh, there's a butt. So
right,
big butt.
So with it really
Baby
was.
got back.
So, BBL. So the
1,244 on Twitter today. The hell is that? I know, 37. Kevin, wrap this up for our next segment.
So you want me now, or you? So anyway, we get there, and people are giving reviews to us, and they're getting free pumpkins, all this stuff, and we get a Google review. It's a 1-star review.
Over a guy that ate and drank for free all day.
Cancel this entire party over a one-star review.
Give us a 1-star review. They came to a free party that they got invited to.
They got free pumpkins, free food, free face painting. But you know what? You didn't paint my face the way I wanted it.
No. But here's the thing.
Out of shirts.
That's
they
not
have
it.
3X shirts.
This is what they leave a 1-star review. I've got my staff busting their butts out there. It's hot. We're doing all this thing. Yes or no, ma'am. Nice to see you. Glad you came out. Happy to do this.
Grab this free T-shirt. Get some ice cream.
Free.
Get 2 pumpkins for the kids. You want to listen to some free rock and roll music? Go ahead. You need another hot dog? Go ahead.
I mean, all this stuff. I mean, and literally, I got Rock out there who's working. Who's I'm a 6'5" African American former co-host. He's out. Everybody's doing all this stuff's happening. We get a 1-star review. I'm looking at the next day because we're getting all these wonderful things. It's like after a wedding, you're like, oh, look at this gift.
Sure.
Oh, nice thing. You're kind of unpacking the thing, going, I feel really good about doing it. And then the 1-star review comes across.
And it crushes you.
And it had 2 words. No, 3 words. They seemed racist.
Oh, my God.
What?
I go, what?
It's not a white. It's not a white only Christmas.
No. I mean, it's a multicultural. Everybody's welcome.
Everybody.
But even if it wasn't, why would it be racist?
But they go.
That's the furthest thing it is.
But it wasn't that they were. They seemed racist. I'm like, what? Because of the color of the pumpkins?
I mean, I could certainly see a 1-star review.
We had vanilla and chocolate.
I mean, I could maybe see a 1-star review if you're like, you know what, had a great time, but they ran out of 3Xs.
No, there's no reason for a review. They're not giving him money for his services and his business. They're going there to get free stuff. There's no reason for a review whatsoever.
So Kevin said, I can only imagine my reviews when the guy didn't get served fast enough for the St. Patty's Day deal. So screw you. We're just going to do the pumpkin deal. I'm tired of hearing you bitch about it.
They ran out of Guinness at 8:00.
Yeah.
Come on.
Can you get that taken off, by the way, Kevin? Can you get that?
I did. But
okay.
I was like, whatever.
He sued Google. Lummy, can you tell one, I think he's legal. Tell him to hold on. We'll get Kevin on the backside.
Yes, sir.
If you got a legal question for Kevin, 813-90 Bubba. Back with him in a minute. Hold on.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We'll be back after these words.
There's no basis for it. It's just like nothing to do. Just like that's a comment.
I know.
I'm like, what?
And those reviews mean so much. They all know
they can
that,
kill
too.
your business. It's all, and it's just so ridiculous.
You didn't have multicultural pumpkins.
Was it like an anonymous person?
It's like because remember it's connected to Google, so it's like it's an avatar of Strawberry Jana, Yahoo. Or you give me this, you don't know who it is. Of course, I didn't do what I wanted to do, which was to lay in and go, how dare you? I wanted to give I wanted to leave it up and say, for the past 22 years, we've given over $1 million back to the community. People can't. This is why we did it. This is why lay the whole thing out. Because of people like this, you just wait us not to do it. So, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because I took my own.
Once you start, defending
I'm like, come on. That's just.
You're like validating that they have a claim.
I'm reminded of the one quote that says, "Do you think Michael Jordan reads his reviews on YouTube?" Like, who cares? I'm not gonna worry about it.
Did you see my sneakers?
Oh, I didn't see your sneakers.
I
No.
think Kevin wants a pair.
You didn't see
I did
them?
not.
You didn't see my sneaks?
No, I didn't.
Oh my lord! I gotta find them.
That you're wearing, or that?
No, I
selling.
That you're hawking?
And I even got a.
You're pimping out?
I even got a Penn News story written about me. Here, I'll find it. I'm gonna find the story.
Are they glow in the dark?
No, just don't. Nobody tell them.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, nobody tell them.
Her face is giving it away.
No, she's not saying nothing.
I'm getting a pair. That's all I'm saying. I'm
Wow.
getting a pair.
And you know what? Here's the deal. I don't know. I don't think Kevin would. Here we go.
You don't think
We got to get into sneaker gate, and then the caller.
Where are you going in Vietnam? Are you going to
Whole
tourist the
country.
whole country? Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I did the exact same trip. Are you going north to south or south to north?
North to south.
That's what I did.
Well, it's funny. No, I don't remember. Where'd you go?
I started in Hanoi.
Yes.
And then we went to Hue, which was stupid. We went to Halong Bay. We did that.
Yes, how'd you like that?
Hue. The weather was crap, but I can see it had potential.
If it's good, yeah, I know.
I can see it had potential. That was
okay,
cool.
so far we're doing the exact same trip.
Hue, and then I may be missing a few cities, but we did Hoi An,
Yes.
Nha Trang, and
Yes.
then Ho Chi Minh City.
So we're doing Hanoi 3 days. We're there 3 days, 4 days. Then we go to Halong Bay. I got a pretty cool cruise.
Yeah, it's a cruise.
I did a really nice cruise.
Oh hell yeah! Okay.
I kind of splurged.
Yeah.
I get the one that's I'll text it to you. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And that's 3 day. Well, it's 2 nights, 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to Hanoi, fly down to Nha Trang.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm not taking any.
You don't want to take a bus?
No.
Okay.
I
The train is hustling, bustling.
I didn't know for that.
It's full of water park.
So yeah, we're going.
Just wanted to
we're
show
gonna
you
go.
I'm not
Yeah,
shaking
we're gonna go.
anybody
That's
down.
what we're saying.
Vin Pearl?
Yeah, Vin Pearl. Vin Pearl.
Look,
and
I
then we're
sent
gonna
Brian,
go
I
to on
sent
the
Brian
hills
last night
to the
all the
Golden
record of
Hands.
all the money that's
Was that
being
there when
sent
you were
in.
there?
I don't know if we saw that.
I don't.
Sent that
I
to
don't
Brian
think it was
last
built.
night.
How long ago
I
was it?
just give him everything that I get, so.
All right, buddy.
So I'm not shaking anybody down. I just want to let you
But-
know. Doing really honest business with a lot of these people.
Is it
Honest
New
business.
Year's Eve? in
I really am trying to give everybody a good deal, make sure everybody feels good.
And then we're gonna go to.
I think we're kind of creating a little community here.
So this is in Bonnet Hills, which is right near the train. You would have. That's the top of.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty
No,
cool.
we didn't.
I don't know if
we
it's
didn't go
open.
there.
It's not. I don't know if it's open. That's there, and then we're gonna go to Four Seasons. And
I did not do that.
I know. I know. I'm at the point where I'm like, yeah, we're going to Four Seasons. They were going to film White Lotus 3rd. They were going to film one of the things there. It's supposed to be the place.
Okay, yeah, pencil in, man.
They're
Pencil
going
away.
to Hoi An for 5 days.
Is it? I thought Hoi An was more north.
No, Hoi An is south,
It's south.
south of the train.
Oh.
And then we're going to go. I'm not going to go to Ho Chi Minh City. I read a lot about Ho Chi Minh City down there, and they're like.
It's dirty.
I'm like, no. So we're going to go up to Sapa. That's the north in the mountains where the rice fields are.
Okay.
And up near the Hajan Loop on the Chinese-Vietnamese border. And then we're coming down to, what's it called? Near Ninh Binh, it's Tan Kok. So it's all the limestone, and we're staying on this, I've read this place on the river. And it's pretty cool. And then we go back to Hanoi.
You see the best deal.
Yeah,
It's the best way to do
That's
it.
gonna be incredible.
I upgraded. We got.
There we go. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it, Bob. Cook more every day.
Very excited.
The only thing that I didn't get to that I wanted to when I was in that region was I didn't go to Cambodia. I didn't go to Angkor Wat. I really wanted to see Angkor Wat.
The problem is though, it's you can stuff too much stuff into a set.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've done before. We did Thailand, Myanmar, and bit of Cambodia, but not really a lot of it.
Did you see Angkor Wat, or you went to?
I did, and I would do that. If the problem is I just don't want to water it down so much where I'm doing too much.
Yeah.
For us,
I didn't know that about Brian from Philly.
That we need to be.
I think he just
at a
started
place.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Missed part of the show? We got you covered at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to Bubba Live Worldwide.
I guess maybe I'm a little full of myself thinking that actually Kevin keeps up with my career.
No, I'm sorry. I should.
He used to. There used to be that much.
There used to be a time.
There used to be a time where Kevin cared about my career. Now he knows that I have plunged to the deepest of obscurity.
No,
and I'm no longer relevant.
It's just like a crypto winter. You'll come back. There'll be a Bubba Spring.
Oh no, you don't understand. Mark my word. You've been my friend at my lowest point.
Yes.
You've been my friend at my highest point.
Yes.
At my highest point, you offered me some very friendly advice.
Yes.
Such as?
I like.
A lot of advice.
Well, like, listen, Bubba. Why don't you get with me and I'll start showing you how to build a portfolio full of rentals. I'll literally lay it out for you. I'll give you step by step, and I'll even bird dog ones that I could potentially want, but I'll let you buy. I'll tell you what to pay for them. I'll tell you how to get it financed. I'll tell you how to do it. I'll tell you how to do it. And 10 years from now, you'll own 20 homes, and you'll never have to worry about anything getting thrown off the air. Losing your house, getting behind with the IRS. But it's going to require you not to stop, thinking that you need to buy $75,000 tennis bracelets for chicks and buy a $75,000 beach condo, buddy. I was like, listen, Kevin, I'm going to tell you something.
I'm going to be rich forever.
I'm going to be rich forever. The only way I would not be rich is if I got throat cancer. Okay, buddy? So just keep being a lawyer. You're my buddy. You're my buddy. I love you, buddy. And, so Kevin has been there through thick and through thin.
Where are they now?
And Kevin's still here. He's just not quite as up to speed on some of my latest merchandising endeavors. So, Kevin, you're familiar with Trump, but comes out with these sneakers, right?
I saw that. I saw this. Was it the Sneaker Con? I saw that
at Philadelphia Sneaker Con.
I've heard both sides of the story.
So I'm looking at them, and me and the merch crick, and I'm like, let me get with a shoe broker and see if I can basically copycat these things. And merchandise is a large portion of my business.
Yes.
And let me see if I can build some Bubba sneakers. So I did. I'm the only person in the so far I'm the only
world.
So far I'm the only person in the free world that has offered a Donald Trump knockoff, and I actually got some press on it.
I love it.
Donald Trump gets some competition from Radio
That's
Shack.
you.
Yeah. So you got to. So
that's great.
Last night was your last time for people to be able to order them, and here's what they look like right here.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So it's the Bubba. It's page not found. Let me because we
take it down.
So I have to go right there.
Kevin, you missed out.
So Kevin, not that you would wear a pair. He can't stop laughing. He can't stop laughing.
That is hilarious.
So we made.
That's smart.
And the Bubba Army on the tongue, the fat guy dunking a donut, and so we and Kevin, we sold well into the triple digits of these.
Well, your people will get them before the folks that order the Trump shoes.
Yes,
that's even better.
Yes,
because people will think they're Trump shoes.
Now I do got this guy named Jonathan Morris. He slings steaks He's a steak. Yeah, he owns a Morris Farms, right, Lummy?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get.
Sometimes he might send you some dog food by accident, but hey, that
I mean, you may order some T-bones and he sends you dog food, but he's since cleared up all that.
Sounds like Vietnam. Go ahead.
He's cleared up all of that, and I'm going to start doing some business with him. But supposedly he's got this 6'6", 14-year-old kid that's plays like is this basketball really phenomenon in Lake Mary, and he bought a pair, or I'm giving him a pair for his kid to wear at a high school basketball game.
Oh, I like it.
And so there are the shoes. What do you think about them?
I think it's a great idea. Great marketing.
So that's my and I didn't even have to lay out a bunch of money because I did pre-order only. So like,
Got it.
and then we shut it off. We shut it off at 5:00 yesterday. I know how many. I did order a couple extra pairs and different sizes just in case.
Kevin wanted to wear some to Vietnam.
I don't think Kevin would want to wear any.
Maybe in a courthouse or something.
I don't think Kevin would go rolling up in any situation with these on. Kevin supports the show in a little bit more of a subtle way.
A subtle way, yes.
Yeah, there we go. I see. I know my Kevin. I know what Kevin would like. Kevin might wear a Bubba Army polo because we have these new kind of dress-up polos, and they're embroidered in the little corner pocket there, and they're pretty. Like Kevin might go to dinner in that, maybe.
Oh, the 3/4 zip.
No.
No, the polo shirt.
And if Kevin was cold, he might put on a 3/4 zip.
Yeah.
Inside
But that's about the most you're going to get out of Kevin to promote the the brand, I think. Am I right, Kevin?
Probably understated would be where I'd be.
Right. Sir, go ahead. Legal questions, 813-90-BUBBA, or if you want to call Kevin in his office, 800-LAW-5655. We haven't really talked a lot about it, but, when Kevin used to be on a little bit more regularly, he was really become an expert on seal and expungements. Like, if you need something sealed or expunged, you've done something, and you thought you got a not guilty verdict, but when somebody Googles you, your arrest mugshot still comes up. That means your attorney didn't do the final step of what he should, which Kevin does for all of his attorneys, and that's get it sealed and expunged. So he has a whole wing of people now that you've really become quite large at that particular niche, have you not?
Yeah, it's called the house that Bubba built. Yeah, it's a small part of the office.
800. I do walk into Kevin's office and have carte blanche. I do get free coffee and free bottled water.
Nice.
800-LAW, and they don't. And you know what? They don't make me wait. Like, they take me right to Kevin's office. They don't make me sit down in the lobby like some schlep boy. Like, oh, you know what? Kevin's is in the conference, but we'll take you to his office.
Concierge service.
And I get to sit in Kevin's office and look around at all of his accolades and the fish that he's caught and all that kind of stuff. So, hello, you're on with Kevin Hazlett.
Hello. Hi, Kevin. I have a question about a charge that I have from 2016, and it's in Pinellas County.
Okay.
And
that's right in Kevin's wheelhouse, by the way.
It is it was adjudicated to a misdemeanor.
Adjudicated?
Adjudicated.
I like it.
I'm sorry.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
It's close enough. That's right. I get it.
So, again, it was adjudicated.
That's good, right?
Yeah, it's close. It's close. We're close enough.
great, man.
It is fair. Absolutely.
Adjudicated. Go ahead, buddy.
It's Pinellas County Jail. It's not exactly Yale. So.
That's right.
All right, buddy.
It's jail, not Yale.
Listen, buddy. You're on brand. You're killing it. Kevin's ready to answer your question. Go ahead, buddy.
Free this guy.
Ready to pounce.
And I have this charge, and it is firing a weapon in an occupied dwelling. And since then, I've had like several jobs working with law enforcement and things like that, hundreds of hours of good stuff on my record that I could prove and things like that. And I was wondering if there's any way that you could like get rid of it and I get my gun rights back.
So let me get this straight, because I've never really heard this before. You want to get your guns back?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I've never even looked into this yet. It's been 7 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you had a felony charge, which was shooting into an occupied dwelling. It was reduced to a misdemeanor offense, correct?
Yes.
Do you remember what it was? What did they reduce it to? Was it improper display?
Well, no, and I'm not sure. I think that maybe that is what they reduced it to.
That's my guess. The answer is and that's the only offense that you have. Is that right?
Yes, it was 2 originally, and because I completed everything, they got rid of the other one.
Gotcha. And what kind of gun would you like to buy?
Well, hold on. I got another question. What kind of gun did you blow off inside the dwelling?
Yeah.
It was a 45 Glock.
Right, and under what
many rounds?
under what circumstances did you blow this off? Did it just accidentally discharge, or were you like celebrating New Year's Eve and you're like, ha ha, and you blew a hole in the ceiling?
Or making someone dance? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, or making some guy that you caught in your daughter's bedroom, do the dance? What's going on?
It was a situation where I was put under a lot of pressure and felt like there was somebody there that was trying to hurt other people. And it was kind of like a warning thing, honestly.
All right, so you're firing an old-fashioned Western warning shot.
I like that.
Yeah.
He was on ayahuasca.
Yeah.
But was it effective? Did it make the bad guy go away?
It put a big hole in the door. Put it that way.
I understand. But nobody got hit, right? Nobody got hit.
Nobody got hit. I took apart my weapon immediately, and the police came, and I went to jail.
All right. So, Kevin, I mean, this is obviously your wheelhouse, and so I don't, go ahead.
No, so assuming that you have no other felony offenses, is that right?
None.
Okay, and well, here's the thing. This is like, remember Ernest Ainsley, the guy, the old preacher?
Say baby.
Say baby.
Say baby.
And remember then he would grab the eardrum. Recreate the eardrums.
Let the evil spirits come out.
Boom. And then
Lord Jesus, please recreate the eardrums. This poor little kid has not been able to hear since the age of 9. He is now 15. His mama brought him to this revival, and we are going to recreate the eardrums. Evil spirits come out. Say, baby. Baby, baby.
I love that. And then he would say you're healed. So in the famous words of Ernest Ainsley, I will tell you that you are healed. We will get you a fire, my friend.
So Kevin's saying that's easy peasy,
Wow.
but hold on. You got to call his office. And like, Kevin's got, there's a lot of stuff Kevin has to unwind.
Is anybody curious about what trouble this guy thought people were in?
Yeah, I mean, so here's the deal. Kevin can help you, sir. Do you know Kevin's number?
Say baby.
No, I do not.
Okay, so you're going to repeat after me, okay? Because this is the number. This is the number that you need to call after we hang up today. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
It's even a guy like you who thinks he can blow off, some steam by, putting a hole through the door like you're Dirty Harry. It's 1-800.
1-800.
Law. Do you know how to spell law?
LAW.
Okay.
That's right. Don't take that from him.
All right, buddy. I'm not trying to bitch you out. Then 5655.
5655.
So all together now. All together.
1-800-LAW-5655.
And that will make all of. I mean, you get signed up with Kevin. He says this is an easy peasy walk in the park. He does 50 of these a day, and you'll be at Shooters World soon, my friend. I'll tell you that.
Man,
as long as hold on, let me step in here, and I think Kevin would agree. As long as that's truly the only thing that you've done.
That's a disclaimer.
That if
okay.
Wait,
Kevin, I've been doing this long enough. Here it comes.
Oh no.
All right, buddy. Okay. So back in 1984, I was down there in Miami. I got this big shipment of stuff.
Square grouper.
All right. So what happened? What else do you got going on, buddy? You got to. This is where you tell your attorney everything.
This is like
the only other charge that I have is. In 1999, I was charged with simple possession in Sarasota County of marijuana, and all I had was a pack of papers, and they mixed up my paperwork.
Kevin said, Kevin said, no, buddy.
Sigh relief.
Kevin said you should still be jumping in the air, clicking your heels, because he's still got your back, buddy.
There's no place like Glock. There's no place like Glock.
Yeah, Kevin said he's got you, buddy. That's not a big deal. That's not a deal breaker.
We got you.
Let's see one more time before I let you go, bud. What's the number?
1-800-LAW 5655.
There you go.
We got you.
And Kevin's got you, okay?
You got any other commercials you want me to read?
No, you're doing great. This is awesome. We're going to use it too. Got a release for you to sign. Go ahead.
So listen, buddy. We again, if that's the only thing you got is some like marijuana Willie with a pack of papers when some cop wasn't being so cool back in '99.
And a hole in the door.
And a hole in the door. We got you, buddy. Okay, you're exactly the kind of person.
Smoking gun.
You're exactly the kind of person Kevin can absolutely help.
That's right.
All right.
Law-abiding citizen.
Exactly right. You say it.
800 Law 56 55.
Can I say it again?
Yeah, please.
1-800 Law 56 55.
That's right.
And you only have yourself to blame, my friend, if you don't pick up the phone and make that phone call. Otherwise, you're still going to have that charge on there. It's not going to be sealed and expunged. And I'll be over there using my 6-shooter like a effer, having guns and being cool as hell, having guns. And here you are, Johnny No Gun Jones. And it's not fun not being able to have a gun.
No, it's not. What are you going to do? You could buy 3 or 4 of those Biernas, and what is that going to do?
Listen, buddy, just call the number so that you can buy a real gun and not look like a pussy at the firing range because you're shooting like a slingshot. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See you later, buddy.
Slingshot.
Kevin, that's the exact same. That's the exact template.
That's how you do it right there.
Well, that's the exact template of a guy.
Exactly.
Like what your seal and expungement is kind of based on is that guy.
It is
that guy who made a mess up. He didn't get it taken care of on the front side, and so it's caused him really a bunch of BS on the back.
1-800 hot dick.
Okay. Oh no!
What the hell is that?
Did you like it?
Sounds like you dialed out, buddy.
I did not dial out. That was a phone.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com and sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Maria Guatemala popped up on my Instagram the other day with heavy cleavage shot, and I was like, "Holy fuck! Who the fuck am I following?"
But anyways, so Antarctica.
But you go down there and you go on a ship with some.
But it's okay because I know it's not like I'm following some sort of random ass model. You know?
You'll go daily and sub to go see things and whales.
Thank you, Dre Days.
You know what I could see?
Big lunge.
And I was looking this up like a few hours ago.
How wow.
I could see going to. I think I'm going to pronounce it incorrectly, but is it Svalbard?
Hogan Stretch Tether.
It's owned by Norway, but it's in the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah, okay. That's cool.
I could see you.
Yeah, Kenny, I was trying to get to the bottom of it, but Rob kept telling me that I was a negative snowflake and to shut up, so.
Same here. I mean,
I just shut up.
Way up the end.
So I just shut up.
Oh, it'd be cool.
It's really dangerous.
Oh, I know it is.
I feel good, Dre Days. I appreciate it.
When you go up there,
hotels,
everybody that goes up there says, "I'm so glad I went there, but I'll never go again." That's what you get.
Have you seen what's his name? This Russo guy. What's his name?
But you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Danny, it's happening tomorrow. We're gonna do it live tomorrow after the show, probably about 10:30. Get some time to set up, and since Brian's here, so.
Paul, this guy.
Yeah, I
this
got a
guy's
spot.
Crazy.
I got a spot
You're
open.
thinking about going on the Amazon.
I think you might close it out, but
Really scare me.
I'm also not officially
He's
counting people
like
that get their money too.
He's a
So,
conservationist, and that's his house.
but yeah, we're good if you want to get in, man.
I mean, he loves it, but he talks about like anacondas
Yeah.
in the dark and how he tried to wrap his arms around him and he couldn't. I don't know if he's just doing it on the show. It's not Rogan.
Hey,
but.
Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm texting you. Somebody I'm supposed to tell you hi from.
All right.
And who I saw on Monday. Personally, saw.
All right, Rob. Rob, you're always getting me, man. You're always getting me, dude. I can't do anything.
Oh yeah, good.
Shiz.
You specifically asked. It's like, how's my buddy Kevin doing?
Oh, good. Yeah, he's a good guy. I mean,
We're cool.
I get to talk to him again. I just, there was a time I was talking literally every day.
Yeah, I know. So anyway,
he's dialed in pretty well, and he might have a chance to get a resurgence of his popularity.
Oh
He
yeah,
might
yeah.
have
Let's not talk. Yeah,
He might have a seat at the table.
His ship's coming in.
That's what I'm saying. He might do some big things.
Felix, Jabba Jaw is going to be on before Rob.
Would you ever go to Peru and be like,
Yeah, Jabba Jaw.
I bring Jabberjaw back.
So,
yeah. Well, I don't know. She said some very bad things about me.
She just super nice to you on Twitter.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Missed part of the show? We got you covered at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to Bubba Live Worldwide.
I'm telling you, right now, that 2024 is going to be so huge for us. And when I get another opportunity to be huge again, I'm going to handle it far differently than I did my first time. I promise you that. I'm just more grounded. I'm a calmer person.
Older, wiser.
Yeah, all of that and more. I mean, I got my own tennis shoes. Let's just be honest.
Does it get better than that, really?
I mean, you know, Kevin might have 72 homes
Going down for a month.
with 62 Bitcoin, 5,560 Ethereum. But he doesn't have his own tennis shoes,
That's right.
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
but
jealous.
But he is getting ready to go to Vietnam. Now, when you go to these exotic places,
Yes.
are you the kind of guy that I think I probably answer this question knowing how you're wired, but I'm thinking that you're the kind of guy that has all your hotel reservations made, your everything from transportation to hotel to the restaurants that you'd like to see, to the various parts of the country and various scenic things you like to see. Like I'm not thinking that you're the kind of guy that just gets there and says, "Okay, what are we gonna do?"
Yeah, no.
I think you got it pretty much strategically. I wouldn't say down to the minute, but you got
It's
it pretty
down to
much.
the day.
It's dialed into what you want
He
to do.
spelled it out for me.
Now, are you out for? Are you there for 30 straight days?
Yeah, that includes travel. It's 34 hours over. So I'm showing right now.
How do you pack 34 days worth of clothes? Or are you just worried about doing laundry service?
No. So the things that we get that I get grief for, and I don't mean this in a negative way. I'm going to say this, but my wife's only allowed to bring a carry-on bag. Period. That's it.
That's how I used to roll.
So
because I do not like waiting down to baggage claim.
No. So we only have carry-on bags. That's it. So a carry-on bag,
just the stuff that you can stuff above your head. That's it.
That's it. So we've got but no, it's strategically packed. Don't get me wrong, but it's a carry-on bag only, and I bring a bag and I bring a lot of camera stuff. So I like taking photos. So
it's like a backpack. Two carry-ons and a backpack.
No. Yeah. So we each got a carry-on. She's got a purse, a big purse, and I've got a backpack. That's it. And that's for the whole. That's for the whole deal.
Well, then obviously you're probably getting your stuff laundered, right? Because you can't bring 34 shirts, 34 pairs of underwear, 34 pairs of socks.
No.
34.
He just buys a new outfit and throws it away at the end of the day.
He buys a new outfit and just gives it to a peasant on the side of the road.
Maybe they'll take their clothes down to the creek, Bubba, and clean them off there, and then hang them up to dry.
Yeah, Kevin's having breakfast and Missy's down at the creek with a washboard.
Yeah, at the Four Seasons.
Right.
So it's funny because we were in Lisbon, and we were literally on a scooter with our clothes in a bag, riding on a bird through the cobblestones of Lisbon, trying to find we really enjoy, as crazy as this is weird to sound,
pretending to be poor.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Hey, rich people have done so many cool things that the only thing that it can excite.
Our life is an
Kevin
experience.
has been on the highest peak mountains. He's caught the biggest tarpon. The biggest sailfishes. He's done everything he's ever wanted to do, except the only thing that can excite him is the adrenaline it takes when you act like you're poor and you're running through the cobblestone of Portugal trying to find a laundromat.
So we're in Serbia last year.
Of course you were.
So in Belgrade, and we go and we'd like to do interesting things. So I go, let's go on this brewery tour, and it's on scooters, and I'm not sure how this works. So we show up, we're in Belgrade, meet the guy, and what it is you go to 7 of these local craft breweries
on a moped.
On a moped.
What if you've had a little too much to drink?
I'm thinking for a second.
After Tavern 4 that you've had, 4 really, really strong ales, and you get a little fuzzy?
Tell Missy not to wear heels.
So we're literally on the thing, and Bubba, all this stuff's flashing through my head. I'm like going, how's this going to work? I've got my i360, camera, does a surround sound. I'm bringing this because I want to document it. I've got everything on
You're
there.
a content creator.
I am, absolutely. So I'm doing this thing, and we get there, and I'm trying to talk to the guys leading us on the tour, and I go, in my mind, I'm thinking we're going to go to these places, and we're going to have this little small pours of, like you go there and like, this is the wheat beer, this is the dark beer, and I'm thinking.
Some structure to it.
So we get there, and it's Missy and I, and 11 guys from the Netherlands. So like from outside. So that was the tour. They're all rowdy and stuff. So we go to the first one, and he goes, all right, here are the rules. Every place we stop, you're only allowed to have 2 16-ounce beers.
2.
I'm like, what?
Which means you'll have 14 by the end of the trip.
They're like 9% alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like going, what? So there we go. We go on this thing. No, I'm not drinking that much, but these guys are falling. They're falling into the bushes. They're like wasted, and like no one cares.
What country has had the best food, non-conventional food, where you thought that maybe I won't like it, but you eat their native food and it's good? Because I'm a McDonald's, Burger King. I don't want. Although, Lummy, I think tomorrow we have the curry leaf coming in, don't we?
No, we moved that to next. Because Brian's out here next Thursday.
Yeah, on a next Thursday, the curry leaf's coming in to give us to do like a 9 a.m.
Masala.
Yeah, a 9 a.m. lunch kind of deal.
That's awesome.
So out of all the places you've been, Kevin, like, do you always try to eat the native food a little bit?
We do. I mean, we were in Thailand. We had rat, which was bizarre.
Hold on, rat?
Yeah, we had rat.
Did you have
if you need rat, I got all the rat you
ate
need.
insects, right?
What's that?
Did you eat the insects in Thailand? They're everywhere.
We had the insects.
Yeah.
We had the insects. But we're in the.
You had rat?
We're in Chiang Mai. No, it's not what you think. Don't give me that rat face. So we're literally driving.
She can't help it. She can't help it. That's her standard resting.
She was born with
She's
it.
got resting rat face. She
face.
can't help it. Poor thing.
She went on like full ferret face. So we're going north in Chiang Mai, and there's all these rice paddies, and the rice rats will eat, in the rice paddies.
So they're quite large.
They're large, and they're very like carbo loaded, and they literally have these oval-turned barrels like a barbecue, and they have them on the side of the road. So they're like barbecues. They're cooked, and listen. You're there.
Yeah.
When in Rome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we had a little rat.
Spirit takes over you.
Yeah. It was interesting.
Had a little rat.
Yeah, it tastes kind of like.
Did you go trekking in Chiang Mai?
We did.
It was fun.
It was.
So
good.
you're going to Vietnam.
Going to Vietnam.
How long a flight? Is it 34-hour flight?
34 hours.
How do you
door
fly?
to door?
How do you fly 34 hours?
Stopovers.
Oh my God!
Here to Dallas, Dallas to Tokyo, then Tokyo to Hanoi. The problem is it's 15 hours ish from
Dallas to Tokyo.
Dallas, Tokyo. And
Now, Kevin, I'm assuming you're not like sitting in row 34A and B. I'm assuming that you're flying at least the business first class Willie. Are you not?
We moved from that a couple years ago just because you can't do that flight otherwise you go insane.
15 hours sitting in a little.
Yes.
Now, are the business, are those first class pods and stuff? Are they pretty cool?
They are. We're in a pod. That's what we're going to do. It's just a whole different. It becomes part of the vacation, because for me the phone's not going off. You're not doing emails. You can kind of relax a little bit. You can sleep, and you remember it's 12 hours different. So you're trying to be like it's exactly 12 hours ahead right now. So whatever it is right here, it's 9:37 p.m. right now in Hanoi. So you got to get your circadian rhythm worked out. There's a lot you got to figure out, but and look, a lot of things. I put a lot of stuff and pay it with points. So all the stuff you spend during the year, and
he's thrifty.
Yeah, I try to be. Trust me, but we do that, and it makes a lot of sense, and it's a lot easier that way because otherwise you would. I've done the trip to Australia in like 38H when I'm sitting in the middle for like 14 hours, and that was not good.
Where has been, you being the world traveler that you are, Kevin Hazel, ladies and gentlemen, any legal questions you have for Kevin, 800-LAW-5655, where has been your favorite?
Oh, I think that's obvious.
What do you mean it's obvious?
He said it before, and he always goes back to Medellin, Colombia.
I think Colombia is really, really neat. I mean, I think it's underrated. A lot of people don't think how cool it is, and it's very, very cool.
Well, a lot of people don't know the ins and outs like you do.
It's close to get to.
They don't dine at cartel restaurants.
But I didn't know it was a cartel restaurant when I was there. I knew it afterwards. I'm like, oh, not that I would have not gone, but I mean, it was really cool. The malls are subsidized by cartels. So I mean, it's very interesting.
Do you wear like a cartel thumbs up T-shirt? Just to let them know. You let 'em know. Do you wear like a cartel heart shirt? I love cartels. I mean, do you do that?
Well, the way that people are getting killed in Medellin, I think you probably read about it. You read about it, the scopolamine. So what?
The Devil's Breath. We watched this a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you remember the Devil's Breath? So what happens are guys are going down to Colombia to hook up with hot Colombian girls.
Yeah, so far I'm checking all the boxes.
So the Colombian girls, these are the passport bros. You know what those are, obviously. So these are the passport bros that are going down there to connect with.
I don't think he knows.
I know, but you know. So
yeah, I know.
If you know, you know. So you going down to hook up with these girls.
Seth, I think they're calling me stupid.
Oh, they are. They are.
I don't think they need you. I don't think they need you at all, Bubba.
Okay. So I picture a passport bro like Matt Heller.
This is the host. The host. I mean, not the coach. You're the host. So, and they go down there and they hook up on Tinder. They think they're going to connect. They get the Devil's Breath, and the scopolamine, as you know, when you were administered it. These are not, these are not people that are in the business of knowing how much to give you. These are not anesthesiologists. Sometimes they'll give the person too much and kill them, or what they'll do is. And when you get scopolamine, it's a little bit like truth serum. You can ask someone who's under the influence of it, what's your PIN code to your bank? And you'll respond with the PIN code.
Yeah, or they will, the person who has been affected by the Devil's Breath will help the other person rob their house. Like help them move out all their stuff.
Or when you think that the hot Colombian girl is coming to your hotel, they barge their door down with a big, guy looks like Lummy, and they take all your money.
Take everything.
But you don't even need to do that when you have what is it called? Scopolamine?
Scopolamine. Yeah, they call it being scoped. So they go down there. You're going to connect.
Seth needs scoped back.
But then they kill the person afterwards. Have to take all their money.
Sometimes yes, yeah.
Sometimes they get killed, but the problem is
that a big problem right now?
Huge problem
in Colombia. And so guys,
huge problem.
These passport bros are going down to try to hook up with the prostitutes, go out in the nightclubs
or bring
them
back and make them a wife.
And these prostitutes got this whatever kind of thing. Scopolamine.
Yeah.
And they're giving it to these unsuspecting passport bros, and some of these guys are dying, and if not, getting their bank accounts drained or anything.
Yes. But it's really
and that's a big problem.
But the interesting thing is,
can't you just meet a good-looking girl at the bar and you guys go back?
No, because the prostitutes are upset because they're saying that these are Tinder date people. The Tinder date, scopolamine girls are making the prostitutes look bad because the prostitutes want to still earn money prostituting. And because guys are afraid to go down there, they're losing money.
Business, yeah.
And the other girls will go in, I'm not going to be a prostitute. I'm just going to take this person's money and not do anything. So this is more Tinder and people meeting people on social media. It's not prostitute because the prostitutes are kind of doing their thing. They're not really scoping you. It is the other girls that are doing it. And they're working in concert with Venezuelan guys. So there'll be two girls or a girl that lures a guy in Colombia.
Oh. The girl probably needs some help with all that.
Yes,
like she can't do it on her own.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, but there's a couple people arrested. There was a guy who's a pretty prominent guy. About a couple weeks ago, they arrested the guys involved in his death. But
did the guy get killed?
Yeah, he got killed. Yeah, nice guy, like 32, went down there, met a girl on Tinder, and here's the thing: he was been talking to her for weeks before he went down there. And then connected her. He got scoped, and then that was
he
it.
like a comedian or something?
Exactly right. Yeah,
I heard about that.
Pretty famous guy, but
yeah.
But I think Medellin's beautiful. Although I think
just bring your wife and stop trying to pick up hookers when you go down there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not worried about that. But like places I think are really cool. That probably my favorite place. I really like Lisbon. Portugal is probably one of my favorite places. It's just
what's their food like? What's Portugal food like?
It's great.
A lot of seafood, right?
A lot of seafood because you're right there on the coast. It's just got a good vibe. Lisbon's not very big. It's very affordable. People are very, very friendly. Are
the women beautiful?
They are. I mean, I'm not really staring at the women where I'm going places. But
where are the ugliest women? That you've been.
Kevin, you can't get in trouble for staring at the ugly ones, okay? Tell Missy to back it down a little bit. Listen, Miss.
So
Missy, I'm not looking at the really in shape hot chick that's barely wearing nothing. I'm looking at the 400-pounder
women.
What?
I bring us the ugly women. I think I think in it's interesting in Serbia the girls were like 6 feet tall. They're really tall. You know,
Yeah.
in places like that.
Eastern Europeans are pretty attractive.
They're very attractive, but they're larger.
Yeah. Well, the women in Thailand
like
are
the
often
Bulgarian
men, so.
bitches, like the Bulgarian girls. The Bulgarian girls. They all look like a bunch of Olympic shot putters.
Yeah, I think Thai girls are attractive.
Well, many of them are men, so.
Lady boys, I know.
Hold on here. Here we go. Trump last night. What was there? 14, 16 states.
15 states.
I mean, Kevin, does this lock him in?
It's over. It was over.
I mean,
Nikki Haley dropped out.
but hold on. I know Nikki Haley just dropped out, but he's locked in. But is he gonna be able to be locked in? Are they gonna hem him up on this deal, or
No.
is that Georgia thing? Is that Georgia thing falling apart?
That Fannie Willis stuff is
That's falling apart. Is it not?
It's falling apart. Yes.
Let me do some words. We'll come back with Trump and Super Tuesday and the Fannie Willis stuff. In a minute. Hold on.
Yes, this is a daily telethon. We got to keep the lights on somehow. So don't forget PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. All at BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
We'll be back after this.
The problem is, if you don't know, how many times do you
Relax,
see like you're in
Bubba.
that area?
What?
People are going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people don't know.
Well, I was traveling in Southeast Asia with a friend, and he was like a big masculine dude. It happened to him a couple times. And one time we were in Laos, we were in Vientiane, and he was talking to a girl, and he kind of motioned to me, like, can you scan her?
Check out for an Adam's apple.
Hands, Adam's apple. The way that her body was, the fat distribution looked like a woman. And I told him, I'm like, I think you're good to go.
It's usually the
He
hips.
leaves.
Okay.
And all of a sudden,
Surprise.
30 minutes later, we get a tuk-tuk somewhere, and he, like, jumps in. And he doesn't have a shirt on. And we're just like, he had his undershirt on. What happened? And I was like, I know what happened. His tuk-tuk driver was a effing champ and was like, I'm not taking you anywhere. I know what you're about. And
calling out.
C-blocked, yeah. And he's like, kind of insinuated that it was a lady boy, and then my friend started interrogating the girl, and she was like being shady. I don't want to go back to my place. I don't want to take, no, just your place, and we can go. And he's like, nope. So then he was so happy and grateful that the tuk-tuk driver helped him avoid that he gave him his custom
Shirt off the
shirt.
back. Shirt off the back.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. So it
That's so
happens,
interesting.
and sometimes they look like the real deal.
You can't tell.
Yeah. Sometimes it's really obvious, obviously.
Yes.
But other times
Sometimes
it's
they'll
not.
even come out and say it. But what's their end game? What's the ladyboy's end game?
I think I don't know. Maybe just pull a session or something. I don't know.
Just to surprise you?
I don't.
You're gonna turn someone to the.
I mean, I think they probably get people that maybe are into that.
Or they're thinking the person is.
I mean, are they trying to swerve you, or are they trying to be what they are? That's what you probably have to.
I don't know the answer.
I think oftentimes they're picking up people who are so drunk that I don't want to say they don't know, but like they do other stuff or take your money or who knows? It is a weird culture out there.
It's very strange. Very strange.
But yeah, you see it everywhere.
I know, but it's so interesting. I mean, we went to some shady parts of Bangkok, and
Yeah.
you get in, you watch the Muay, and the lady boys are there, and they're at the bar and they're drinking, and you gotta keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah. I never made it to Pattaya, but I had friends that went there. I had really no interest in that. But we went to Phi Phi Island,
Yeah.
Phuket,
Yeah.
Bangkok. It was really funny. We flew into Bangkok initially, and Phuket, and then went to Bangkok. And I remember thinking, like, man, this place is a dump. And then, I was in Southeast Asia for 3 months. So 2 months later, I found myself in Saigon. And then we flew back to Bangkok, and I'm like, this place is a garden. It is so nice.
Yeah.
Saigon is dirty.
That's what I've heard. But I've also heard that it's had a big resurgence in the last 10 years.
Okay.
I mean, it's really got refined. A lot of kind of high-end stuff that's moved in there.
Okay. It's a happening place.
That's what I've heard. It's a big place.
But like, you walk around town for a bit and you like blow your nose.
Black, yeah. That's like Bangkok. The smell, the smell of the way they cook on the street.
Yeah.
For a while, I couldn't get the smell of Bangkok. I'm like, you know exactly where you are when you smell it.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Bangkok was cool. I like Chiang Mai. I loved the island.
Chiang Mai is beautiful. The northern part, you get out, Chiang Mai. We went on the River Kwai. You get in that part, it's so different.
I took a 2-day slow boat from like Thailand to, oh my God, it was somewhere in Laos.
Probably cool, wasn't it?
It was insane, but you're like on
Yes.
a wooden bench for 2 days. You stop off somewhere in the middle of nowhere. We were like intercepted by this like Asian family. It was such a crazy experience. It was freaking cool.
Yeah.
It was.
You want to go back?
Oh yeah. I'll do all that. I want to go to. I would go to Cambodia though, which is the poorest country in
I
Southeast
know,
Asia.
and that's what it says that too. Well, Myanmar's was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Myanmar's really bad.
Mhm.
Myanmar was the worst. It was worse than Cambodia.
Really? Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't go back. I went to Laos. I'm sorry. I thought Myanmar was really bad.
Really?
But in Laos, they're selling exotic animals and weird stuff. I mean, Laos was bizarre.
Yeah.
Laos was bad. It's funny. You talk about it made
I gotta
it made Thailand look.
You got a nice little setup going on here, buddy.
Yeah.
It's so funny you said it. Yeah.
Bang Vieng, I think is where it was in Laos.
Look, double chat.
What's this?
I don't know. I try not to really I don't really mess with anything right here. Kind
I
of.
went there 3
Like your
times.
barriers, like the core is like your outer barrier.
Yeah. I just with the gorilla and everything, and the 409 that you drink and all that other stuff up here.
The gorilla needs to be looking at you. That's when you think that's me. That represents me. So since you can't see me, you can see the gorilla.
Yeah, he's looking at me.
And he's like, listen, fucking back it down a notch there, big boy, when you're getting a little
Big
fucking
boy.
beside yourself there.
After the gorilla's gonna communicate
Look at
with
him.
me.
He's ready to fucking lunge at you too.
What if he wants to dry hump me?
He doesn't. He wants to rip your head off.
Allowed to happen.
Might want to make out.
Can you imagine if you saw a dude try to make out with a gorilla? He would get killed. I actually would like to see that footage of a dude that tried to go up and make out with a gorilla, because a gorilla ain't having it for one
Well,
second.
I mean, any animal.
So you're saying there might be some gorillas that might be into making out?
I'm thinking there's at least one gorilla in the world that you would walk up to and be like,
He'd
"Do you
wanna
want to
make
make
out
out?" And the gorilla would be like, "Yeah." The gorilla would know what to do.
I don't think gorillas are maker-outers.
And then over the genes.
I think they're just
rubbing.
more. I think they just take it. I don't think there's any making out in the wild.
Just keep that picture of Dion out there.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Were you sleeping in and missed the first hour of the show? Don't worry. It's all at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
A healthy lifestyle in itself. Super Beets is the #1 doctor recommended, pharmacist recommended, and cardiologist recommended beet brand for cardiovascular health support. Super Beets heart chews are also good for healthy circulation without the stimulants. They're plant-based and there's no artificial sweeteners or colors. Double your potential with Super Beet heart chews. Get a free month supply of Super Beet heart chews on all bundles. Plus, Lummy, you're going to get a free full-size bag of what?
Turmeric.
That's actually very good. It's almost as good for you as the Super Beet heart chews in itself. That's valued at $25. Starts and stops by going to BubbaLovesBeats.com. Get this exclusive offer now. BubbaLovesBeats.com. Kevin Hazelton in the studio. By the way, Kevin, when we are done, don't spend too much time with Anna like you always do, because I have some things to talk to you about. I have some real life issues to talk to you about, some real business.
Important stuff.
Not
And
my
she's
stupid
just a little
stuff.
gossip. She just
She's a
wants
distraction.
She just wants to mark out to how cool you and your wife are. I have some really hard driving questions from important people Okay, thanks.
He said, "Get in line, bitch."
Yeah. So Anna, I am kind of saying that get in line for Kevin's favor because I got first dibs on him. I've known him 20 plus years, and I got real issues that need a Kevining, and you don't.
Okay, thank you.
Like, oh my God, like, so are you going to south to
It's a
north
great
to
impression
Vietnam?
of me.
Are you going south north? Oh my God, that's the way I did it. I did south to north. I did north south too. Oh my God.
Big E737525 on the super chat.
Yeah. So I don't.
I didn't know you were actually listening to them, Bubba, before you left.
Oh, yeah, he's
You're
listening,
not.
judging, and hating.
She flaps her gun. I mean, Kevin is, if she was to be intellectually honest, Kevin by far is her favorite guest of the guests that come into the studio.
Oh, I mean, that's by a long shot. I would say it's her favorite person that has ever entered the building.
I got to think it might be one of her top 5 people in life.
Yeah.
You keep moving up the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, she absolutely adores you. Like she
wants to be your carry-on bag for Vietnam.
Like if she would get fired from here, her first call would be to you to see if like she could, be a paralegal or a secretary or the girl that cleans the toilets or anything.
Would you hire me?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Kevin, don't.
What?
Kevin, when I
you're gonna get mad about a hypothetical situation where you fire me and ask Kevin
when I fire her,
tease it up, and it's all good.
When I fire her, Kevin, I'm gonna call you and say,
when?
I'm gonna go, Kevin.
Listen,
I've been your friend for how many years? You've been my friend for
She's blackballed, I tell you.
Do not hire her, Kevin. That's rewarding bad behavior.
She's my chattel.
Don't forget who brought you to the show here, Kevin. Come on, buddy. Please don't hire her. She's a cancer.
I'm a Taurus.
She's nosy, Kevin. Next thing you know, she knows everybody's business. Please do a manly thing, Kevin. Do not hire Anna Hummel.
Do a manly thing.
Manly thing.
Anyway, Kevin, thank you for showing up today.
Put my mark on her. She's not for sale.
When you get back,
yes,
and before you go to Fiji, Bora Bora, and Hawaii, will you maybe come back on the show?
I will. I've been trying to get with Anna to do our podcast.
Don't tell him that.
Oh, I can't tell him that.
No,
Sorry.
I would love a Kevin's Law.
Oh.
Yeah,
you just totally abandoned it. You treated it like like a girl that you dumped in high school.
Boom! I can't remember those days.
Everyone was thirsty for it.
Everybody loves Kevin's Law. Everybody loves the dynamics of you and Rock and Anna, and then you just bitch slapped it and kicked it right to the curb. Said, "See you later, buddy."
Exactly like that. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly those exact words I was thinking.
See you later, Kevin's Law.
Boom.
You got your 2 hours. You got your more hours.
We did 3 hours.
I mean, you domestically violenced Kevin's Law. You kicked it to the curb. You gave it a black eye, and you broke up with it.
Boom.
So if we could, when do you get back?
I get back.
Not to give your exact date.
No, that's all right. April 9th, I think, is when I get back.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you know what? That is a month,
It's a month.
And then I get ready to go down to Boca Grande tarpon fishing. But other than that, I'll have some time.
So when you get back do you have at least 30 days in town that you could help me with something?
I do.
Okay.
I know what you need.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to hear.
I'll lay it down. We'll make it good. It's going to be great.
Perfect. Lummy, I think we're done.
All right.
I'm gonna walk Kevin to his car.
I gotta come back with the crypto secrets. When do I gotta unveil those?
Kevin, I deliberately not talked about that today because it depresses me. I had to sell all my crypto to satisfy my IRS debt, and I was, I had over a Bitcoin. And I think I had like 18 Ethereum. Yeah.
So today, that's like $100,000.
Sure, appreciate it. Make me even feel better about myself.
6 months, it'll be like almost a million.
6 months ago.
Perfect. Appreciate y'all. We're out of here. See you later.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lummox,
co-host Anna Hummel,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council,
co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
What?
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.